Hey, Queen.
Peace and light. How you
I'm
feeling?
feeling good. Hear those
Ashay.
drums?
Okay, I hear you now.
Come on.
I feel you.
I don't know where you at right now, but if you're not really to celebrate, if you not, the Queen is here. Like the drums
Ashay.
have to beat when the Queen is here. She is here. One more time.
Much love.
One more
Let's
time. One more
go.
time.
Ah!
Yes. Woo!
I love it.
Oh man. If you're joining us, just drop in the chat. What are you grateful for today? What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for in this day? As you know, I am grateful for you being here. I remember when I first connected with you. We celebrated Kwanzaa together last year, didn't we?
We did. Yeah, we definitely did. That's how when you hit me up, I was like, I knew he was here with it. I knew he was here.
I was like, we definitely celebrated Kwanzaa last year.
Yes, we did.
So these are our first fruits. Kwanzaa means first fruits, and I'm glad to spend these first fruits with you. I know you're known all around the world, but if you can introduce yourself to my audience, that would be amazing.
Absolutely. First off, Habarigani.
Umoja.
Umoja.
Yes!
Much love, much light to everybody. I am the Queen Poe. I am a holistic wellness consultant. I am also a YouTube content creator where I teach holistic wellness and spiritual practices and all of that on YouTube. And then I'm also the founder of the wellness community, patreon.com/the Queen Poe, where basically all my spiritual folks, we just tribe up and we vibe out. We got a group chat, we got a book club, we do newsletters and all kind of good stuff in there. But that's who I am. I am the Queen Poe. Family holistic wellness is my passion. Healing is my passion. And I'm just here to enjoy the first fruits, enjoy Kwanzaa with my beautiful brother King. I appreciate your energy so much and just all that you do, especially with regards to education and educating our community. So thank you for this platform.
I mean, listen, we educate for freedom, we educate for liberation, and if that's not why we do it, then why bother? I thank you for you. I thank you for you. And y'all who just joined and just dropped in the chat, what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? And we're gonna get this discussion started. And I just had it one more time. Yeah.
Gotta get a little.
No, let me get out of
the
No, let me.
Because that's a righteous dance. That's the ancestral art. Shout out to all the professional twerkers out here. Come on, all the mega knees. Let's go.
I got my sage here burning because I knew I was coming. I knew I was coming with you, man. I knew I had to have some sage burning when I'm talking to the Queen.
Come on.
I knew I had to have some sage burning when I was talking to you. So if you what does Umoja look like in action for you? Like when we think of unity, when we think about striving for the family, race, and the nation, like what does that look like for you?
The interesting thing is when I think of Umoja or unity, when I think of unity, especially for us and as Black people specifically, I see us coming together with intention. It's about us being aligned with intention. We don't all have to be doing the same thing, practicing the same thing. I don't care what your spiritual path is. I don't care what your religion is. As long as you are centered in love and the intention is to grow and to build and to educate, we here. we are unified. To me, when I think of unity manifesting, I just see people from all walks of life just loving on each other, growing, prospering, sharing ideas, sharing opportunities, sharing abundance. Like, that's unity for me. What is unity for you, King? What that look like?
I think similar. I just posted something that said many hands make light work, right? And if we really want to move this thing together, we have to come together, right? And I think when I think about individual work is community work, and community work is individual work, right? So when I think of what we need to do for our people, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, socially, politically, economically, right? It is going to take all of us, right? And folks have gotten their superpowers, but we know that superpowers in our DNA, it's in our melanin, right?
Absolutely.
And I think our superpower is community. It's us, right? And I think that far too long we try to go the individual route, and we skip the communal route. And I think if we continue to move in the community and we continue to put our hands towards the work, we're going to get this done, whether it's in education, whether it's like wherever it's at, right? We're going to get this thing done. So for me, many hands make light work, and we have it to come together. So
I love it.
Yeah. And y'all, and that what's unity to y'all, right? What's unity to y'all? What is it? Unity? It's a verb. I think when we say it's a verb, it's action. It's action, right? It's a verb, right? It's not the ability to come together on any platform, right? It's a verb, right? But we know we have the Nguzo Saba, right? It's the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, right? How do you keep yourself grounded in the Kwanzaa principles outside of Kwanzaa, right? Because this is you, this is me, right? This is us, right? But Kwanzaa, I feel like, allows us a great time to come together to kind of like reinvest in the principles, right? And also move forward into the new year. So what are some things how do you keep yourself grounded in these principles throughout the year?
Honestly, it's about everyday work, about constantly reminding myself. But I'm gonna keep it real with you. When I find myself having to remind myself of the principles that Kwanzaa are based in, I usually have to tell myself, come on now, get it together. We know what this is. When I'm facing opposition, from my own people, people who, for whatever reason, they are moving out of alignment with the energy, I have to remind myself that there is no need for debate. There is no need for arguing. At the end of the day, it's about unity. It's about love. It's about collaboration, coming together. It's about self-discipline. That's when I really have to remind myself of those principles. When I'm facing opposition, especially from my own people, I got to tell myself, Queen, shut it up. Shut it up. This is not the time for discord. This is not the time for argument, for debate. This is the time that we got to practice what we know. And what we know is these principles that are the foundation of what Kwanzaa is, coming together. It's easy to do it when things are good. It's easy to do it within your tribe and with people that you agree with. But when you're looking at a brother who you ain't quite on the same page and you really want to black on him, but you know what? I'm going to hold this down for the sake of unity. I'm going to hold this down for the sake of love. I ain't going to put you out there. I ain't going to hurt you, brother. Because I know what I could do, but I ain't going to do it because I love you, because you are me. Even though right now we ain't aligned, you are a reflection of who I am. So that's when I really have to remind myself of the principles of Kwanzaa and tell myself to put it into practice and not just preach it. You feel me?
No, that's so real. That's so real. If that was a word. It's funny, I was on a Kwanzaa celebration earlier with my the Nation of Ndugu and Zenga, which I'm a part of, right? And I asked the child, right, what does unity mean to her? And she said, to come together even if we have to fight.
Even if I gotta put you in the headlock real quick, I'm like, look, I love you, so this is why I'm doing it.
No, I said, what? Like, even if we have to fight, and this was some little child. She's like 9 years old. Her name is Love, right? And And I said, and how do you connect that to the principle of Kwanzaa? She said, because at the end of the day, in my classroom, even though we're fighting on Zoom or whether, we're all friends. We're still friends. And I think of that with our people, right? It's like, yo, we may fight for some things and we might not agree, but how do we still become united?
Right.
Right? How do we take things behind closed doors? How do we look at these differences, right? Because you know, Booker T. Washington, he said, we can be like the hand, right? we can be like the hand, and all things separate, we can be like the five fingers. But in all things mutual, we can come together like the fist.
You know, Booker T. Washington said it, but I just want to say Big Mama and Soul Food drove it home when she said we could bring the hand together, become a mighty fist, and we could strike a mighty blow. Come on, Soul Food.
Come
you know?
I had to play it.
I love it. Come on.
That's a Big Mama. That's a Big Mama.
Big
Everybody's mama. Come on. That's a
Big Mama.
Yo, because, right, like, and you do a lot of healing work, right? And on my last live, I was talking about there's generational trauma, right? But therefore there's generational healing, right? And when you heal the generation, 7 generations after you and 7 generations back, right? And I know, right, like, was this like, I feel like you're doing healing work. And when we engage in these Kwanzaa principles is a part of our healing. Like, how did you like grow up with celebrating Kwanzaa? Like, how's your experience? Like what was your experience through that? Because I feel like these are times, you do this every day, but for us who just do it Kwanzaa, like this is a healing moment.
Absolutely. The interesting thing is, so I grew up with the foundation of my life being hoodoo, with a lot of hoodoo practices, and then also, you know, some Christian and Islamic practices as well. So for me, like Kwanzaa was mentioned, it was something that was noted and acknowledged every year, but we didn't do like big, huge celebrations how I vision it for my future family and my future children. You know, for my future children, I want Christmas. Christmas is with all the gifts and all that. That's the energy I want to bring to Kwanzaa for my future children. You know, so for us, it was like a note, like, oh, today is Kwanzaa, today is the, and you know, every day we would note the principles and we would discuss it, but it wasn't a big celebration. It wasn't gift giving and all of that. So I would definitely want to, you know, change that narrative for my children and bring that work to them, because, you know, I'm grateful. I do realize that that's a privilege that we even knew what Kwanzaa was growing up and that we did acknowledge the principles. But I also, you know, I want to bring that full force of energy that once again, that's, like I said, that Christmas has. I want to bring all that gift giving and that love and that joy. I want my children on the first day of Kwanzaa to open up a gift and be just as excited as we see all those Christmas videos, but it's for Kwanzaa, you feel me? So that's the energy I want to carry to my future generations.
No, I appreciate that. You know, I'm from Brownsville. Never ran, never will.
Never ran, never will.
Never ran, never will. So the first fruits for us look a little different. But I get it. You know, that the Christmas energy, how do we, since this was a holiday created for us, right? By us. I didn't grow up with Kwanzaa, right? It wasn't until I got to like the City College, New York, and I met you know, Dr. Lewis McCoy and Dr. Leonard Jeffries and the great ones that, you know, introduced me to these principles when I was taking Black studies. And the first thing Dr. Leonard Jeffries said to me, he said 2 things. He said, "You're born to win, but programmed to fail." He said, "You're born to win, but programmed to fail."
That's the word. That's the word.
God. My God, my God. And I was like, yo, and I started looking back at my upbringing, and I was like, what haven't I been taught? What was missing, right? And I was like, man, if everyone just knew their history and their culture and stuff like that, we can move forward, right? And he said, you're born to win, but programmed to fail. And the second thing he said to me, he said, Whoever controls the images controls your self-esteem, your self-respect, and your self-development. Whoever controls the history controls the vision. And a part of Kwanzaa.
No. Wait, one more time. One more time. One more time. You know, bring the record. Bring the record back. You feel me?
Whoever controls the images controls your self-esteem, your self-respect, and your self-development. Whoever controls the history controls the vision. And that's a part of Kwanzaa, right? It's just not about the founder, Maulana Karenga, right? It's not about, the light and the candles, right? It's about the images that our children see.
Right.
It's about the vision, their history, right?
Absolutely.
Like, in every piece of Kwanzaa, it's history. When you think of the colors red, black, and green, that's a history that comes with that, right? When you think about the book, when I see you, the image of you, the image of me, and the divine presence of God, that's Kwanzaa, right? So, like, that's Kwanzaa, right? And that's the images. And how do you feel like, and I know I'm going, like, I feel like a lot of our kids don't see this, right? How have you as an educator been like, in terms of images, how have you shown up to really like show them this beauty of our people?
Thank you so much for posing this question, because this key component of education, educating our children, and not just our children, but also our family members who are not yet quite aware.
Come on.
It's so interesting, because yesterday I put up a post it saying, like, listen, today is Christmas, let people enjoy their Christmas. And a lot of people loved it. Some people got upset by it. And really the point of the post was like, you can't educate out of a state of bigotry. You can't educate when you are filled with dogmatism. Some people don't realize that, you're woke and you're enlightened, but you're also a bigot, and you're also dogmatic, because you just come in people's face and you like, and you're downing their beliefs and all of that. And that's not how we educate. If you really want to educate somebody, first you got to embrace them.
Come on.
You got to hold on to them.
So
my first step of educating my students, especially, but just anybody, is first letting them know I love you and I see you, I feel you, because I was you, I am you. I once was in that space, and it's not that where you are is a bad thing. It's just where you are, and that's okay. We've all been there in some way at some point. So to educate, first you got to embrace.
Yep.
Once you do that, then you got to meet them where they are. You got to ease in. If they love and honor Christmas, if they are Christian and want to go to church every day, no matter what people want to do, you got to educate them where they are, so you can teach them, about African spirituality and how it's incorporated into the church. You can teach them about Black history and the history of the Black church from an African-centered perspective. You can't come at somebody and like, oh, the church is evil and Christmas is horrible, and you can't do that. That's not love. That's not light. That's not God energy.
Yep.
God wouldn't do that to his own people. You feel me? So if we're trying to educate our people, we got to embrace them. We got to meet them where they are, and then slide in those education points as we decide and as we so see fit. But that's the key thing for me, especially when I was in the traditional classroom setting. It was meeting my students where they are. I'm not letting them walk in the door and I'm just beating them in the head with Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, and da-da-da-da. I want to know, who are you? What is your life like? What is your everyday? What neighborhood do you stay in? What are your experiences? What are your feelings? And then I could say, oh, you feeling like that? Oh, brother, you rob houses. I used to work with children who were recently released from Rikers before the Raise the Age campaign. So my thing was like, oh, brother, you rob houses? Let me show you this clip of the Malcolm X movie where Brother Malcolm used to be on his knees robbing houses, and then he transitioned to NOY. He got on his knees in the name of Allah. Like, let me show you some people who look like you and did what you did, but they too made a pivot. So embrace people, meet people where they are, and then show them the possibility of what they could be with education.
That's so amazing. It's like putting a mirror up to people, showing them God's self. right? Like that,
Absolutely.
God is within you and all around you, right?
Ashay.
And people have different images of what it is. However, let me embrace where you're at first and then enhance you, right? That was amazing. And I think, like, yo, if it wasn't for folks embracing me, where would I have been? Because I thought like that. Yo, you know how it is in Brownsville.
I lived in Brownsville. When I was teaching in Harlem, I was living in Brownsville.
Yo, I taught in Brownsville my first 3 years, and then I was teaching in the South Bronx. Yeah. And it's like, yo, I don't want to hear that shit. Like, yo, like, you know, and it's like, I would play ball with them in the morning, and then come with the dashiki on and the beads and stuff like that. And then they'll start asking me, like, yo, why you got a dashiki on? Oh, I got this from Ghana. Oh, you've been to Ghana? You've been to, what's that about? And then you start building bridges. But most of the time, and I feel like, and I love that video, and I really, because I used to be part of the woke community. I used to like, you know, we in land on Plymouth Rock, letting all that.
You know, this is an oppressor's holiday. This oppressor, you know. And then meanwhile, you people are turning people away.
Yeah, but someone did, and someone hit me up in the DMs. Was like, you know, I disagree. It's about telling them the truth, right? It's about telling them the truth about the history. And I was like, there's a way in which you can tell people the truth about the history and not like get on them about what they do. So when actually this year, I usually don't tell people Merry Christmas. This year, when someone wrote me Merry Christmas, I said Merry Christmas back to them. And I told them, you are the gift. You the gift.
Absolutely.
You are the gift. Right? So how do we, you are the gift, right? And I think, but then I did hit him with Habarigani the next day. Right? All of this is a part of African spirituality. It all comes from, we created the universe. We plotted the stars. Like, you know what I mean? So I think that it's like creating bridges. How do we create bridges? And I feel like that's what unity is, right? Malcolm said, they don't come after you because you're a Christian or a Muslim or they don't come after you because, right? Like, you know, like, and I do say happy holidays and stuff. I agree with that.
Yeah, happy holidays is good.
Like, you know what I mean? But like, I don't get on them. I don't get on them for saying Merry Christmas to me. I used to, you know,
especially on Christmas. My thing is like, let people have their moment. You know, I always tell people that showing up to the Christmas dinner and bashing Christmas and downing people for what they believe, that's like someone showing up to an NOI meeting and being like, who is Elijah Muhammad? Who is Louis Farrakhan? That's like somebody showing up to church and saying, why y'all celebrating Jesus? And that's not righteous. That's not love. You know, that's not love. That's bigotry. That's dogmatism. You know, the intentions are not wellness centered. Let people have their moments, and then you can educate. You know, but chill,
right? You know? And it's like, yo, well, and some of my kids are like, I'm not celebrating Kwanzaa because I want gifts. I was like, sometimes on Kwanzaa you get a gift every day instead of one day. They'd be like, word? I'm like, yeah, like, yo, like,
absolutely.
There's gifts every day, but it's really about the images that we are putting in front of people. It's about the knowledge. It's about the history. And I was like, yo, like it's still the truth. You can let people have their day and still educate them on the truth, right? Like, no, mama, daddy, my brother, Big Mama brought me these presents. And we know who did it.
Absolutely.
I know who brought me my presents.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes even if we really want to get righteous, really, I'm from the hood. My brother was a drug dealer. That's how I got my presents.
Okay.
I wasn't getting no presents for Christmas. If we couldn't afford them. We couldn't afford gifts, right? So like even that stuff and how like it's really like I'm not here to judge anybody. Right. But
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, do your thing.
But see, the thing is, most of the times, children don't even know that. You know, children don't even know. Children are not thinking about, oh, this is the birth of Jesus, and children are not thinking about that. You know, children are just thinking about, I'm grateful and I'm joyful for what I have. You know, my nieces and nephews, they call me every Christmas morning. I personally don't celebrate Christmas, but I'm also not at the celebrations. You know, I stay home.
Yeah.
But they call me and they every morning on Christmas, and they show me their gifts, and they're so happy. My little 2-year-old niece was jumping up and down in her new trampoline. You know, she's excited. Who am I to be like, not on this oppressor's holiday? No, you know, that's not right. That's not right. You know, we got to allow people to have their moment, allow people to have their joy. And it's the joy that we celebrate. You know, people come together for different reasons, no different from any holiday, but it's the joy that we celebrate on that day.
Yeah. And I thank you for that. And when I was thinking of, you know, just even the lighting of the candle, right? Is to indicate that the people come first. The people come first.
Absolutely.
Then the struggle, and then the hope that comes from the struggle, right? But the people, right? We have to be, Kwanzaa is like, it's about the work of the people. This is people work, right? And we can have all of those things, but we really have to be invested in the people. It's all about the people. And how do we get our people, how do we move our people forward? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I think that's like grounding in that about in Umoja, like striving for that.
Absolutely.
We can fight, like you said, we can disagree, right? We can teach them about capitalism and not going broke to buy gifts. We can teach them all of that. Use that as a teachable moment too. You like there's many, and you know you gotta approach kids in the classroom many different ways, right? So honestly, I'm grateful and thank you for that. I grew up celebrating, but I think everyone has their views, but it's like how do we unify over? I want to argue over things that matter. Let's talk about reparations. Let's talk, like, you know what I mean? Like
let's invest really... Our energy is valuable. We got to make sure that we are invested in wisely. Some people value their money more than their own energy. Wow. You know, you'll save your buck, but you'll expend and waste your energy having a foolish discussion or a foolish argument or foolish debate. But you'll save $1 though. You feel me? Like we gotta mind our energy with even more value than we mind our money. Wow. You know, and that's a key point. Sister Queen asked, what language is Umoja? And Kwanzaa is based in Swahili. So it's all based in Swahili. I just wanted to answer that question. But yes, thank you for bringing up that point, brother, of making sure that we're not investing our energy in foolish debate. You know, because at the end of the day, I said in the video clip, and I'm probably going to post it soon, we could all be wrong. We can all be right. We can all be wrong. There's no need for debate. Let's share information. And I don't have to agree, and you don't have to agree, but let's share. That's a part of unity. Let's share information. And I'm listening to you with the intent to understand, and I hope that you are doing the same. The understand doesn't mean that I have to absorb and take in and begin to practice what you say, but it's just I hear you, I see you, I feel you, you know, and what I decide to do with afterward is my business.
It's your business.
Never forget that we all could be a little right and we all could be a little wrong, you know, so just be mindful of your own dogmatic energy that you may bring to certain sacred spaces. Nothing should really turn into an argument. Everything should really just be a discussion.
My God, thank you. Your energy is currency. Like, listen, y'all.
Woo! You know, I love the drums. It's
the energy for me, right?
Right, it's the energy.
And that's what this is about. And I love, and most folks don't know the drums, right? It's a thing that called the community together, right? It told you when it was wartime. It told you when it was come together. It told you when it was planting season. It was a time of day, right? And really, the drums were like your heartbeat, right? The drums were like your heartbeat. So it was important that a drum was present, right? So someone asks, like, how do you introduce Kwanzaa to children, right? And one of the things I do, when I was in school, I bring the drum into class, because it's not Kwanzaa, it's the principles. But you really, how do you teach character to children? That's what we're talking about. How do you teach those things to your children, right? How do you get them to live in Umoja and Kuji Chakalia, right? How do you get them to live that way, right? So
I just want to point out the power of the drum. You know, I have a very brief anecdote about that. I had the honor and privilege of living in South Africa for a brief period of time. In South Africa, they healers are called Sangoma, right? So I had the honor and privilege of sharing sacred space with some Sangomas. And I don't speak about what I do. You know, I don't really tell people what I do quite often. And I'm having a conversation with a brother, and the drums commenced. And as the drums commence, I'm trying to stay in tune with the conversation, but the drums are calling me. So I keep turning and looking and turning and looking. And he leaned in. He said, "Are you Sangoma?" I said, "Why you ask me that?" He said, "Because you can't stop looking at the drum." He said, "If you are true Sangoma, when the drum beats, your body just calls, your spirit just goes." He said, "Your body is here with me, but your spirit is over there." He said, "Go follow the drum, Sangoma. Go follow the drum." And he just let me go because I just couldn't stay away from it. But that's the power of the drum. Ooh. When the drum rings, all the healers come forward. You know, that's the power of the drum. Woo! Come on now. Come on. Yes. I love it. Woo! Yes.
What drum? What is moving you? What drum beat is moving you in your life? Whose beat are you moving to? Are you moving to your own beat? Are you honoring your ancestors with your beat? What are you doing? Whose beat? Because there's a beat. There's a drum playing in America, y'all. There's a drum. And it's not here for you. It's not here for you. Instead of unifying us, it wants to break us apart. Instead of teaching us self-determination, it took our history, our culture, our ancestry. But how do we reclaim that drum? How do we reclaim that ancestry? That's what this is about. How do we reclaim the traditions that were lost? Who's beating your drum? Even if you have a drum, who's beating it? Where are you putting your economics? Where are you putting your social, physical, emotional health? Are you healing? Or are you in cycles of trauma that had nothing to do with you? Come on, y'all.
You better. You better pass the collection plate. The doors of the church are open. Okay? Pass the collection. Come on. Come on. It's the Holy Ghost music, y'all. Come on. Yes.
Come on.
That was a word. That was a word. Get them together.
It's the energy. It's
the energy in your drum. You know, come on.
Who's doing that?
Absolutely.
Come on, y'all.
Absolutely.
Right? And that's what we're talking about, right, y'all? So like when we're talking about this, and part of it is collective energy. So if you know someone who needs this collective energy right now, share it to them. Push them on. Like, right? Like, yeah, like we need to be more communal. How are we unified in that? Right? Like, how do we do that?
Absolutely. You know, the thing about that question of who's beating your drum, you know, what are you attracted to? What are you clicking up? What are you tribing up with? You know, that's a powerful question. And that's a question that really takes time to answer. You may not know the answer right now. You may not know what's driving you and what's pulling at your spirit right now. You may not know, but just ask yourself the question and just sit and wait for the answer. You'll start to see, you'll start to notice, but this is the key thing. It's never too late to change. Never. It's never too late to tell that drummer, you got to get up. It's time for spirit to step in. It's time for me to step in. It's time for ancestors to step in. You know, it's never too late to change. It's never too late to adjust. And there's no one right way to do it. There's no one right way to do it. You do what your spirit calls you to do. You do what your ancestors call you to do. And celebrating Kwanzaa, you know, this is an ancestral history. It's still a very young holiday. And some people are like, oh, well, Kwanzaa is a made-up holiday. Every holiday is a made-up holiday. Let's be clear. You know? So Kwanzaa is just one of the youngest, you know, but if your spirit is calling you to celebrate Kwanzaa and to pay homage, you may be the first. You may be a generational curse breaker for your
Come
family.
on.
And you don't have a blueprint on how to do this. And that's okay. You just do whatever your spirit calls you to do. If your spirit calls you to light a white candle in honor of every principle, and that's all you got, that's what you do.
Come on.
You know, and you give and you love and you honor and you just teach your children, you teach yourself, teach your children, and manifest accordingly. But once again, there's no one right way to do it. Take your time and love on yourself in this process.
Come on. Love on yourself in that process. Look, I'm sorry. I'm not.
Ooh! You know,
I love that, right? And it's like not just like there's not one way to do it. And I love the thing about the candle, right? And we think about Umoja, right? And we like candles, right? And I have a candle right here. I'm gonna light it for us, right?
Absolutely.
What's gonna light you in this new year? Like what's gonna put a fire under you? Like what's gonna push you? What's because you know, if I light this one candle right here, I can light another one and another one and another one and another one, and we're all candles, y'all. Mm-hmm. We're all candles. We're all moving towards this collective healing. We're all striving and maintaining unity and family and community and nation and race, right? But you can choose not to light your candle. You can choose not to carry the torch, but we're calling you into something bigger and greater, right? Mm. And I think that's the moment. Like, if this is the thing that gets you sparked into the new year, if this is the thing that has you go ask for forgiveness with your relative that you didn't speak to in 10 years, to have a healing conversation, to go seek therapy, or just have a healing, like anything that, you know, put some sage in your house. I don't know what it does, but if Kwanzaa sparks the healing conversation from people, then that's what it's supposed to do. So what light is lighting in your life that's going to move you towards unity, y'all? And I think that's super important, right?
Ashay.
I see some questions in the question plot. I see someone drop the collection plate here.
Pass the collection.
So I'm gonna get into the questions. I have 2 more questions. I'm gonna get your questions. So when we talk about, like, you know, the burning of the candle, right, and just like meeting together. Shout out to Pulang, because that Kwanzaa celebration that we went at house was dope and phenomenal. And that's absolutely how we really vibe, right? Like, yes. Have you created your own tradition for Kwanzaa? Because you said it looks different for everybody, right? Mm-hmm. So have you created your own tradition for Kwanzaa, and like, what are some things you may recommend for folks?
Honestly, for me, I'm used to celebrating with friends and family members in my tribe, you know. So this year is a little different because how we did last year, where, you know, we met up at Pooh's house, and you know, I'm used to that every year, where it's like every year I'm kind of house hopping to different like Kwanzaa celebrations and going to different events and stuff like that. Of course, you know, in New York they do the Kwanzaa crawl, you know, the bar crawl for Kwanzaa. You know, if you haven't done the Kwanzaa crawl, do that if you can. But I'm used to doing things like that. So this year is a little different. This year, I guess I'm starting a new tradition where essentially it's about celebrating Kwanzaa in this way, where I'm still like tribing up with my community, but all day I've been doing different podcasts and different interviews, hosting rooms in Clubhouse and stuff like that, where I'm just educating the people and sharing knowledge and wisdom. But yeah, for me, usually today is about like that unity, that clicking up with the tribe and doing what I do. And then of course, you know, I do my own spiritual work and stuff like that, and my own candles and rituals and setting intentions and doing the burn and release ceremony and all that stuff. But yeah, so this year it's just a little different because of COVID. I'm able to do a virtual tribe meeting.
Come on.
As opposed to, you know, my in-person tribe. But how about you? What do you normally do? What are your traditions, if you have any?
Yeah, this is my tradition. I usually get together with some folks. I do the Kwanzaa crawl. I love the Kwanzaa crawl. An opportunity to support a Black business. And what I do is actually with the Nation of Ndugu, the African Rites of Passage I've been a part of for self-mastery community transformation, we actually celebrate Kwanzaa every day, right? So from 3 to 5 p.m. today, we got together, we got on Zoom, and we started to talk about Umoja, right? And we did like a little escape room. We did like a Kahoot. We did like for the kids, and we came together and we spoke about it, right? Because that was my way of forming unity. And this is what I do: meet with folks, talk to folks about Kwanzaa, right? But it's really talking about the greatness of our history and our culture, right? And any time, that's for me, like all the time, I'm into the history and the culture. So this is what I usually do during Kwanzaa, and just building with folks. So everyone here, now you're a part of our community. You're part of our Kwanzaa celebration, right? And we welcome you. We welcome you. We welcome you. We welcome you to, strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. We're in a global pandemic right now. And the energy that's being fed through this conversation every day is a part of the spirit of Kwanzaa. It's a part of the energy, right? And the fact that we're on IG Live right now, and energy is still moving, it's still flowing. This is how we maintain the thing. Because if they didn't stop us in the bows of those slave ships, whether you were in the Caribbean or came from Africa or colonialism, or when you got here in 1619 or 1526, when that ended in hells of North America, despite that, we're still here. We're still moving.
And thriving.
Right? And I tell folks, joy is our birthright. It is our birthright. And these are every opportunity that we must in this country. We must exhibit joy. Joy is a principle that I want us to move in with. Joy is a principle, y'all. And we have to move in it. We have to walk in it. We have to be in it.
It's a must. It's mandatory. Joy is the foundation.
Come on.
Joy is the foundation. Our ancestors maintained it, no matter what. Just the fact that we are still here is a reflection of the joy that our ancestors maintained. Because if you were centered in sorrow and trauma, could you really survive and thrive? Our ancestors survived and thrived. A lot of the times when we talk about our history, especially, not that our history starts with enslavement, but when we speak about that period, oftentimes it's spoken of from a trauma perspective. But, Gullah Geechee folks, I like to speak about the power that the courage that our ancestors had to have for them to maintain their spiritual practices and birth hoodoo. They birthed a whole religion that they passed down to us called hoodoo. For them to maintain their sacred languages in the form of different dialects from Geechee, from talking slang or Ebonics, as some people call it, the food, all of that stuff. Our ancestors thrived through what they went through, and they birthed you. They birthed you, and that's why we practice ancestor veneration. That's why we give thanks to our ancestors. Because of them, I am my ancestors. I am not only their wildest dreams, I am them. I am their courage. I am their strength. I am their hope. I am their light. I am their food, their nourishment, their wisdom, their rain dances and spiritual praises. I'm all of that and some, because now I'm bringing some new shit to the table. You
Come on.
Me? And that's what it's really about. And Kwanzaa is one of those new things that we bring into the table of our ancestral juju. We're gonna throw Kwanzaa in that juju bag. You feel me? We're gonna throw some of this smudging and all of that. That's ancestral work, but we doing it a new way, and we're gonna throw that in our juju bag. So honoring our ancestors and still thriving forward. So, because one day we're gonna be somebody's ancestors.
Come on.
One day we're going to be somebody's ancestors, and somebody's going to be venerating us. And what are they venerating? That goes back to that, what's the fire that's lighting you? Who's beating your drum? What will your future generations venerate? When they put something on the altar in your honor, what are they placing on the altar? What are you adding to your juju bag that you're going to pass down generation to generation? These are just some questions to ask yourself. And once again, no rush to answer. No rush to answer. And love on yourself through the process, but the answers will come, and you can always pivot and change and live a more intentional and ancestral life in this time. Come on. I need a tambourine, though. I need a tambourine. Shout out to the Baptists. I need a tambourine. You feel me?
I'm gonna drop that right there.
I love it. Come on.
Wherever you are right right now, we invite you into this ancestral calling because you know what the thing is, and I was talking about this other day. We are ancestors in training. We are ancestors in training, y'all.
Come on.
We are ancestors in training. And right now is our training grounds, right? We are ancestors in training. If we operate from a spirit of reciprocity, right? That means that if our ancestors are watching us from the other realm and acting on our behalf in this realm, then we are also giving energy to them in the other realm. Most people don't get that reciprocity. Reciprocity is the way.
I'm about to throw a shoe. You better stop.
Reciprocity is the way. Yo, folks don't understand this. I was talking to my sister Channing the other day on my live, and we were talking about ancestors in training. And if we are feeding them with the energy, if we are pouring libations for them, if we are doing this for them, then, right, we do that things for them so they can do their mission in the other realm.
Yes.
So most of us thinking like, oh, it's just us. It's just like that power. They are feeding us, and yes, they are. But what if their job is depending on us?
Absolutely.
What are we doing for our ancestors? How are we helping them with their sacred mission? Right? Folks are just in this realm. Remember, our folks were the Dogon people who charted the stars, who could see the Sirius B. That it takes a telescope to see the Sirius B right now. But the Dogon people were able to spot it. The pyramids of Giza are lined with the celestial heavens, and they are there. And they're built in perfect mathematical equations. How? We are ancestors in training. So that's what we are inviting you to right now. You are ancestors in training. And Kwanzaa is one of those principles and one of those things that we're inviting you into.
I just got to hold myself and rock because you ain't going to do me like this. You ain't going to do me like this. Okay.
Come on,
Lord. You ain't going to do me like this. How we was doing this today? I didn't know that's what this was. Woo! You didn't tell me. Ooh. Come on. You know.
Woo!
Come on. I didn't know.
Come on.
I didn't know.
Training.
I didn't know. Ancestors in training. I love that. That. You just preached the whole word today. You slid me on here, had me thinking we was talking about Kwanzaa. I didn't know that we was having service.
It's the principle. It's the energy.
Okay.
I'm here.
Listen.
You're a divine manifestation of myself.
Ashay.
So when I link up with you, sister, right?
We just
together we create the divine being. We're walking in the divine right now. That's how we do it. That's what it is.
It's just what happens. Just what happens. Excuse me, I slipped up and forgot. I thought this was just going to be we were just going to answer some Kwanzaa questions.
Come on.
And all of this. I didn't know. Okay. I wasn't aware. Next time I'm going to come together. Okay. I'm going to have my maracas and my tambourines. Okay. I'm going to tell the choir director to come on forth.
Listen. We gotta.
Come on.
I've been in here. I watched we gotta.
Absolutely.
Come on, y'all.
Someone asked in the comments, they asked, what does Ashay mean? Ashay is a Yoruba word that means it is so, okay, or it is power. It literally means power, but it is used at the end of prayer or at the end of a statement that you want to elevate or put into power. Very similar to amen. Amen means the same thing, but it's Hebrew. Ameen is Arabic, but means the same thing. So at the end of Islamic prayers, they'll say Ameen. At the end of Christian prayers, they'll say amen. At the end of Yoruba, Ifa, Lukumi, Santaria, a lot of different traditions that are based in African spirituality, we say Ashay, which is the same thing. So I just wanted to answer that question so we all on the same page. Some people like, oh, why y'all Ashay? And that's what Ashay means, okay? So that's why we say that Ashay. It just means it is power. If somebody says something that you agree with, something that is power, you just say, and something that you want to elevate, you just say Ashay.
Ashay.
That means I lift it up and I receive it.
Ashay. And we're going to elevate y'all because it's just the divine energy. And I was just, someone said, Ashay this whole live. Ashay
Come on now.
Kwanzaa. Ashay our ancestors. Come on, like, drop a word in here that we can Ashay. And then it is so. Power. Ashay. Come on, y'all. Drop some words in here. We got to get this collective energy. Unity. Ashay.
Self-discipline.
Ashay.
Abundance.
Ashay.
Black business.
Ashay.
Black wealth, Black prosperity.
Ooh,
come on now, enlightenment of the community, education.
Come on.
You know, some we could keep. Come on, somebody
Love.
said healing, healing.
Come on,
come on now, Ashay,
abundance,
Ashay,
unity,
Ashay,
good health,
Ashay,
peace,
Ashay,
enlightenment,
Ashay,
generational wealth.
Ashay, come on now.
Peace.
Let's see. Ashay.
Black love.
Ashay, yes.
Preservation.
Ashay.
Manifest.
Ashay.
Breaking generational curses.
Ashay. Let's go, y'all.
Self-worth.
Ashay.
Self-development.
Ashay.
Joy.
Ashay.
My grandma Cherry will guide me as my ancestor.
Ashay. Come on, Grandma Cherry.
Love.
Ashay. Grandma Cherry sounds like she could bake a good pie, too.
Come on,
Grandma Cherry.
Alignment.
Ashay.
Mindset.
Ashay.
Manifesting.
Ashay.
Transformation.
Ashay.
Let's get it.
Let's go. Ashay.
Healing, wisdom, abundance, knowledge of self, discernment. Oh, come on.
Ashay. More than enough. More than enough. And guess what? It is easy.
Come on.
It is easy. Let's welcome ease into our life.
Woo!
As we, with everything we say, we end it with, and it is easy.
And it is
we
easy.
struggled long enough. We've had hardship long enough. Let's welcome ease, abundance with ease, peace with ease, joy with ease, love with ease. Let's welcome ease into our life. Ashay. It is easy.
Come on. It is easy, and then it is so.
Ashay.
Woo!
Come on, I know y'all dancing over there. I know y'all dancing over, no matter what dance you're doing. If you gotta lift a leg up and just pop a little something, you pop that little something. No matter what dance you gotta do, you just give it up. Okay, in honor of the ancestors. That's what you do. If you want to give a little come on, y'all. You do that. Whatever make you feel good. You know, you want to cap a cat. You feel me? Do what you gotta do. Bankhead bounce on them. You feel me? Lean with it, rock with it. You feel me? Whatever you gotta do. You do what feels good for you, and it is easy. Ashay. Come on. You know, throw it up, catch it. You feel me? Ashay, January 19th, I will start college with ease. Ashay. You know, pop a little shine. You feel me? Come on, shoulder shimmy for the ancestors. You see them? You see them? Shoulder shimmy for the ancestors. You know? You see them? You see them? You know, snap your fingers for the ancestors. You know, heel toe for the ancestors. Toe walk for the ancestors. Get light for the ancestors. You know how we do. Come on, do leg the stallion crybaby for the ancestors. Maybe that's too much, but you just do what's best for you. You know, do what's good for you. You know, do what your spirit calls.
Ashay, 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 Ashay,
Ashay.
And someone was talking about libations, right? Mm-hmm. And I will get into that. I lit some sage. I'll pour some libations. But I'm gonna do a communal libations to move us forward. I have just which of the Kwanzaa principles for you, right? Do you think Black people need to embrace the most right now?
Ooh. Ooh. Which one do we need to embrace the most? Oh, a part of, you know, that's
it's a tough question.
It's the tough question, and I want to be mindful as I answer this, because honestly, my first mind was saying unity.
Ashay.
But I feel that the foundation of unity is that on the very last day we celebrate and honor Imani, faith.
Let's talk about it.
We honor faith. And I know some people may think, well, Black people been living in faith and speaking on faith and so long. But, faith is what really got us through.
Come on.
Faith is what really pushes us through. And I think that, oftentimes we speak of faith, but we don't really practice it the way we need to. I always ask people, I say, either you trust God or you don't. Either you protected or you ain't. So many times we can shout out the different scriptures and, no weapons formed against me shall prosper. But then you want to speak about haters and people working against you and all of that stuff. If you know you are protected, then why do they even matter? Woo. If you know that God got you and ancestors got you, why you even giving your haters any energy? You feel me? I think that last principle, Imani, faith, is so important because it's the foundation of unity. It's the foundation of collaboration in business and wealth and all of it. It's the foundation. How can you start a business if you don't have faith in yourself? How can you unify with your brothers and sisters if you don't have faith in them? How can you say, oh, I'm coming together and I'm going to learn with my people and we're going to educate and we're going to elevate if you don't have faith and belief that there's a possibility that there's another level to even elevate to. So to me, faith is really the one that, although it's overutilized in words, it's underutilized in action. And I think we got to return to some of that. We've been taught to not trust our neighbor. We've been taught to doubt the intentions of our friends and our loved ones. Mm-hmm. And not to say that was false and not to say that we didn't have a reason, but I do think that sometimes we kind of took that on a little too much and we lost faith and trust in our brothers and sisters, and in their value and most of all in ourselves. Wow. Sometimes we create our own feelings and we create our own boxes. So I just want to remind y'all that there is no ceiling. There is no ceiling. There are spaces and places that nobody on this planet has touched yet, and it got your name on it. You got to have faith in that. There's businesses that no one has ever thought of, and it got your name on it. You got to have faith in that. There's money out here that ain't even been created yet that got your name on it. Woo. You got to have faith in that. So I just think that faith, to me, is the principle that we just got to incorporate and bring in the most. Whatever, dream big. Do your vision board for 2021. And I want you to dream big. And guess what? God said, I got bigger than that. Woo! I got bigger than that. So think of your craziest, wildest dream and have faith that that's going to happen. And I promise you, God going to say, I'm going to double that. I'm going to triple that. I got bigger than that. So faith. I don't want to take up too much time because I know we only got like an hour. But that's it for me. It's faith.
The spirit is here. Come on.
Come on.
There is no ceilings. Instagram removed the ceilings. Come on. Instagram removed the ceilings, y'all. There ain't no ceilings.
Okay, here we go. Come on. I love it. Ashay. Come on. Woo! Damn. So I keep going. I see y'all in the comments. We're going to keep going because I need him to answer. What is the principle for you? What's the principle that we need the most? Y'all answer too. What's the principle that we as Black people need the most right now? No ceilings. Ashay, come on, Lil Wayne voice. No ceilings. Don't make me go play the mixtape, John. What you know about it?
Ice cream hoodie, bathing ape tennis shoes, no time for pictures, no time for interviews, and don't get the money. No song of Sunny. Woo! We multifaceted individuals over here.
Listen. You know my favorite part, fuck my money up. Now I got my feet up. Tell my niggas throw them bees up. Doing what the fuck I want. Hate me all the people. Real niggas fuck with me and I don't give a fuck who don't, nigga. That's okay, y'all. We look some rat shit out here for y'all, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Come on. I love it. Yes.
Come on, y'all. I think that's beautiful.
What is the principle for you, though? What do you think? What do you think we need to practice in the Black community? What's the number one principle of Kwanzaa that you feel like we need to incorporate more in our community?
I have one.
Okay.
Nia, purpose. To make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness.
I see.
And I think when I think about purpose, right, I think about what is the thing that you came into this realm for. Everyone came here with a purpose, right? I feel like the biggest gap in the world is between the mouth and the foot, what you say and what you do. And we have to start moving in this purpose. Can we see the invisible? Can we feel the intangible? How do we move in our purpose? But just not an individual purpose, right? How do we move? How do we make your work, right, is my work? And we're tied together by a strand, right? And I feel like in this new year, really, how do you tap into your purpose? And for the collective good of the people, right? And I think we must develop and build our communities. And one of the things I gave the last 7 years of myself to education, right? And I feel like educating our youth was my purpose. Teaching the people history and the ancestors, the people of African descent, that was my purpose, right? So right now, I'm moving in my purpose. Speaking is my purpose, right? We have to live purposeful lives, right? And I think one of the things we do is that we betray our purpose for our lesser calling. We go for the low-hanging fruit. But in this year, the energy in the universe is telling us we're going to have to reach a little bit higher. We're going to have to reach a little bit higher, right? Power conceives nothing without demand. We're going to have to demand a little bit more out of ourselves, out of each other, out of life. Whatever you have not been given this year, you have to give a little bit more, right? And I think that the collective struggles, I always say, an object in motion stays in motion until combated by equal or opposite force. That's a law. You have to walk in your purpose to be that equal or opposite force. We are that equal or opposite force. And our purposes are connected and intertwined. So why are we, right? If it hasn't gone well this way in the past, do it a new way. A new way, right? But don't forget, sometimes we don't go for the purpose and go and use our gifts to manifest the things that we know that's over our lives because of fear, right? And I'm here to tell you, action cures fear. We have to be action people, action-oriented people. My purpose is tied with your purpose. Your purpose is tied to mine. Someone said, Shivy said, collaboration over competition, right? And I feel like if we're all walking in our purpose, then unity is a given.
Absolutely.
Self-determination is a given.
Absolutely.
Right? But you could be walking, right? If you're walking in purpose, if you think you're working in your purpose, but you don't have faith, then whose purpose are you walking in? We've always been purpose for different things in this country. Come on now. We've been purpose for different things in this country. But how do we purpose ourselves and each other towards a collective good?
Absolutely.
Right? And I think for me, it's near purpose. Because that's the thing that's going to drive us and move us forward. Right?
Absolutely. And if you don't know what your purpose is, because I'm sure there's somebody watching this, like, I don't know my purpose. I'm not sure my purpose. What is the thing that calls you? What do you just naturally do? You know, I advise that everyone out there read a book by Gay Hendricks called The Big Leap. The Big Leap. It's a powerful book. And it helps you identify your zones. He breaks up what we do into zones. Okay, so I'm just going to throw that one out there. Gay Hendricks, The Big Leap. And if you don't yet know what your purpose is and you don't know how to identify it, read that book so you can help kind of clarify what is it that you're just good at, what are you excellent at, and what is your zone of genius. And the zone of genius is what your purpose dwells in. Okay, so The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. Get the Audible. Honestly, his voice, he's a little monotone. Okay, so get the Audible, but I'm warning you, that's a little monotone. But the book is an excellent read. The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, to help you clarify what gay, G-A-Y, Gay Hendricks, to help identify what your purpose is.
Come on, y'all.
He also has podcasts and stuff out there too, but get the book and so you can understand the podcast.
Come on, walk in your purpose. Take that big leap. Go. It is time. It is time to start that business.
Ashay.
It is time to speak to those children. It
Yes.
is time to reclaim the family. It is time to operate. It is time, y'all. It is time. It is time. It is time. It is time. I know what Huey said. Seize the time. Seize the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Right? If not now,
Absolutely.
now, then when? If not you, then who?
Absolutely.
Right? It is time. We are ancestors in training, y'all. Take the leap this year.
Take the leap. Take the leap. And it's not too big. You know, that faith, walking in your purpose, you take that big leap and you do whatever it is your wildest dream is. And you don't have to start out huge, you know, when it comes to actually manifesting. If you want to do a business, you don't have to start out with a brick and mortar. Ain't nobody even really doing that right now. Look at the times we're in. You know, start a virtual something. You know, so if you want to do coaching, if you want to do tutoring, if you want to sell something, start out virtual, you know, and start out with your tribe. Have your tribe support you and all of that. And then have them share and each one teach one and all of that. And that's how your business grows and elevates. But you just got to believe that it's possible. You got to believe that it's possible. Your purpose is needed out here. That saying, one of the sayings that I really want us to do away with as a community is there's no new thing under the sun. That saying is toxic. There is a new thing under the sun. When you vision the sun has multiple rays. The day that you were born, you were the new ray that popped out of the sun. The sun didn't shine the way it used to shine when you were born, and you got to know that for sure. You are a creator. You are a manifestation of God. Okay, we are all a manifestation of what Badu said. Call me by my name. Okay, call me by my name. We are a manifestation of God. God is a creator. Therefore, so are you. You are the new thing under the sun. You got to know that, and you just got to believe that and trust it. And you may not have a blueprint. Once again, nobody can't tell you how to do what you do because it's what you do. And ain't nobody did it yet. But you are the blueprint. Know that for sure. You are the blueprint. Okay? And once again, just speak ease over it. If it's a business, this business is prospering with ease. If it's a job, I'm going to get this job and it's going to be easy. If it's college, I'm going to be the first person in my family to go to college and it's easy. All right? It is yours. Step in your purpose. Walk in your purpose. March, run, jump, leap in your purpose. And know for sure that any and everything you desire will manifest. It's about what do you invest your energy in? What do you invest in your energy in? Invest your energy into what you want and what you desire to manifest, and it shall be so. Ashay, Ashay, Ashay.
Ashay.
Woo! Come on. Come on. Come on. Thank y'all for these cash apps. I see you. Ashay. Come on, Ashay. Ashay, I believe, I thank you. Ashay, come on. You know. Come on. Woo!
My God, my God.
We on Clubhouse. I'm on Clubhouse. Brian's on Clubhouse. So he introduced me to Clubhouse. He was in my welcome party. You feel me? I'm the Queen Poe on Clubhouse, y'all. I'm the Queen Poe on Clubhouse. Brian, what's your Clubhouse?
Rakim Jenkins.
Rakim
Jenkins from Virginia. We're from ancestral folks over here from Louisiana, from NOLA, my people. Rakim Jenkins. You can't miss me. The blackest name in the world. R-A-K-I-M Jenkins, you know?
Yeah.
We are on Clubhouse, y'all. Listen, we are the club. Listen, anywhere the people are, the house is there. Come on, we are the house. We are the universe. And I love what you said about that. There's no ceilings, right? You are a new ray that came into the world. That was so good. And I'm gonna take it I'm gonna keep it a step further. You're a new ray that came into the world, but there's someone right now in the womb that's waiting for you to do what you do. There's someone in the womb right now. There's someone that's coming right now that's waiting for you to walk in faith and not by sight. That's waiting for you to ground in your purpose. That's waiting for you to lock arms with some people and get that thing started. That's waiting for you to move towards that self-determination. That's waiting for you to put your money together so you can create something new. They're waiting for you to write that book, to be your creative self. They're waiting for you. They're waiting for you. I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for the City College of New York and the Nation of Ndugu and Zinga who instilled character inside of me.
Listen, okay, I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for, just to name a few, Savannah State University, Asada Shakur, Angela Davis, Fannie Lou Hamer, Huey P. Newton, Bobby Seale, Fred Hampton, Malcolm X, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the Honorable W.D. Fard. There's so many people I could name. Come on now. Come on. It's so many people.
Come on. Who brought you thus far on the way? Let's call out their names.
Come on, listen, James Baldwin,
Ashay,
Zora Neale Hurston, and Tazaki Shange,
Ashay,
the Honorable Maya Angelou.
Ashay.
You know, it's so many people. It's so many. We could go on forever and ever and ever and ever. Every Black Panther that touched this planet,
Ashay,
that affected some change. Every Black Communist Party member. George Jackson, Jonathan Jackson,
Ashay.
So many people we
Ashay.
could name. Shango, Oshun,
Ashay.
Oya, Obatala,
Ashay.
Elegwa, Oludumare, Orumila. So many people that we can name. Come on.
Ashay.
Come on. Every ancestor, your ancestors, Grandma Cherry. There's someone brought out Nikki Giovanni, Audrey Lord. I see y'all in the comments.
Come on, y'all.
You know, it's so many, all y'all grandmamas,
Ashay.
granddaddies, uncles, aunties,
Ashay.
everybody.
Ashay.
Everybody, where would we be?
Ashay.
Where would we be?
Ashay. The Orishas. Ashay. Come on,
Ashay.
y'all. Come on.
Ashay.
Who brought you thus far on the way? Who
Ashay.
made a way for you? There are folks who make a way for you. You have to make ways. We all are making ways. There are ancestors on the other side right now fighting for you. You're an ancestor in training. Shout out to Justina White. Ashay. Rose
Ashay,
Henry,
Ogun.
Ashay, Langston Hughes, Ashay. Come on, y'all. This is the collective energy. We're inviting the ancestors in our space.
Osane for herbs and herbology. Dr. Sabi.
Woo!
Dr.
Ashay.
Sabi. Dr. Leona Africa.
Come on
now.
Ashay.
Come on now. So many.
Woo.
So many. Queen Afua. Still present and still teaching and still giving us wisdom. Your grandma Viola. Let's go.
Woo.
Come on now.
Come on,
my grandma name. My Abuela Maria.
Woo.
Come on now. Come on, Floyd Paulin, my granddaddy. Come on now. You know, so many people. My auntie Prez. Okay, come on. Come on.
Call them
we
by
can
names.
go.
Call
we
them
can
by
go.
names.
Come on, ancestors.
Call them by names.
On.
We invite you.
Ashay.
Come on, Grandma Ruth. Ashay. Cookie Baldwin. Ashay. Susan Taylor. Ashay. Nipsey Hussle. Ashay.
Ashay. King Von.
Ashay.
Much love to his family. Come on now. Kobe Bryant.
Ashay.
Come on now.
Auntie Liz. Ashay. Grandma Bubby. Ashay. These are the folks.
Ashay.
Annie Fuller. Ashay. Come on, y'all. These are
Coretta
the folks.
Scott King.
Ashay.
The women.
Ashay. Ashay. Come on, y'all. We invite them. This is divine, y'all. We're on technology. We're using technology to bring forth the ancestors. Ashay. Harry Truman. Ashay. Tupac Shakur. Ashay. Ashay.
Biggie. You know we got to do
Simone,
Biggie. Nina Simone. Yes.
Come on, y'all. Keep on naming them. They are in us.
Come on.
John Lewis. Ashay.
Ashay.
It's like good trouble. Necessary trouble.
Ashay. Grandma Geneva, Sadie, Grandpa Edward, Harry, Ashay, Chadwick Boseman, Ashay, Uncle Larry, Ashay, my Uncle Larry too, Ashay, Aunt Patsy, Ashay. Come on now, Auntie Martha, Ashay.
Betty Shabazz,
you know Betty Shabazz, Ashay, Grandma Celeste, Ashay.
Come on, y'all.
Yes. So
call
many.
them by names. Sam Cooke,
Ashay. Marvin Gaye, come on, Lorraine Hansberry, let's go. Mama Sandy, come on, and yes, invoking them. Shirley Chisholm, she's still present, and we honor her. Ashay. Ashay, Grandma Hattie, Mama Lizzie, come on, Martin Luther, the King. Okay, Roberta Flack. Okay, come on now.
Ashay.
Come on now. Ashay, much love, much light. Our ancestors, we honor you. Toussaint Louverture, absolutely.
Ashay.
Cousin Lawrence, come on now. Great Grandma Mary Elisa.
Ashay.
Come on, Coretta Scott King. Ashay. Grandma Ludi, Grandma Letty. Ashay.
Woo.
Come on, Grandma Florence. Let's go.
Ashay.
My mom. Come on, mom.
Ashay.
Let's lift her up. Thomas Sankara. Come on. Grandpa Clarence. Let's go. Y'all, this is the energy, okay?
Woo!
This is the energy.
On,
Yes, you rocking. Come on, this is the energy. This is the energy. Aretha Franklin, Ashay, Ashay, Luther Vandross, Patricia Wilson, Bob Marley. Yes, Black Girl Peace, Ashay, 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 Uncle Gary, Ashay, our ancestors, we honor you. We give you thanks. We give you praises. We honor your name. We thank you so much for keeping us and for holding us and for protecting us and bringing light. Thank you to our spirit guides for paving our way and making our path clear, for bringing abundance and light energy into our divine being. We are safe. We are protected. We are nurtured. We are nurturers. We are emotionally connected and well. We are divine energy beings. We are loved and loving. We speak and express kindness and wellness and healing. We are intuitive and divinely guided. We are protected and we are well in your honor, ancestors. And we thank you. We thank you. We thank you, Shango. We thank you, Yemeya. We thank you, Oshun. We thank you, Ogun. We thank you, Obatala. We thank you, Orunmila. We thank you, Olu. We thank you, everybody. Elekba, we thank you. We thank you. We thank you. We can't say it enough. As they say, if I had 10,000 tongues, it wouldn't be enough. We honor you.
Yes.
We honor you. Ashay.
Ashay.
Amen.
Amen. For the people who went unnamed, for the folks who went through the Middle Passage, when we don't know their names, for the folks who led slave revolts, for the folks who are rebelling in the hells of North America, for the folks who said that I will die before I be a slave, we honor you too. Your sacrifice. We honor the joy. We honor all of you. We honor the folks, especially the women whose names were not named in those movements. We honor you. We honor you. We push forward. We honor the energy. We honor the elements. We honor the air. We honor the water. We honor the fire. We honor the earth. We honor. We bring honor. We bring homage to all of these celestial beings, all of these manifestations of God, the divine, the sea. We bring this. We bring this into you in a unified way. We do this for Breonna Taylor.
Come on now.
Ashay.
Ashay. Ashay. All of our martyrs, our fallen soldiers, our warriors. They are a new energy now. They are a new energy. They are a new energy, and we honor and we pay homage to them. Thank you so much for this sacred space. This is more than I imagined. You want to talk about abundance? Okay, this is more than I imagined. I didn't know this is what we were finna do now. Okay, I didn't know this is what we were finna do. I would have dressed in all white. I feel like I met a Misha. Okay,
come on.
I didn't know. I feel like I met a shut-in service. You know, come on now.
This is what we do.
Ashay.
Ashay.
And y'all say what feels good for you, whether if it's Ashay, Amen. If you want to do it in the name of Allah, in the name of Jesus, in the name of whoever you want to pray to, you do what's best for you and what you feel is right and righteous for your soul and your spirit. It is so. It is so. It is so. It is so.
Ashay.
Ashay. Come on now, y'all pop something. Y'all pop something. Pop something to lift up the prayer. Come on now. Y'all so silly. I cannot with y'all.
Our movements are ancestral, are divine. Our words are divine. These are different manifestations of God that we're calling you into. All of it tells a story. All of us come with a story. All of us. All of us. All of us come with a divinity. Whether you're a singer, a dancer, a writer, playmaker, It's all divine.
Waymaker.
Waymaker. Come on, it's all divine. It's all divine. Come on, y'all.
Ashay.
You don't see the air, but you still breathe it in. You don't control your heart, but it still beats.
Ashay.
Come on, y'all. Everything that we do is a manifestation of the divine.
I want to just elevate that you don't see the air, but you still breathe it in. You don't control your heart, but it still beats. You may not have ever seen your dreams, but they still gonna manifest.
Woo!
You know, you may not have ever seen your desires and your vision, but they still gonna happen. Okay? Just like this air is breathing, whatever it is that you desire is gonna manifest. You may not have ever seen anything like it, but trust and believe. It's gonna manifest. All right? It's somebody out here. It's somebody out here that's waiting on you. Okay, it's somebody out here that's like, you know what, I need to see this. And that dream is in your belly right now, and you just got to give birth to it. Okay? You just got to give birth to it. Just know that for sure. You are the new thing under the sun. Woo! Know that for sure. Everything that you have, everything that you need, you have. You was born with it. Woo! It was born into you. God know what he was doing when he birthed you, and you may not be able to look around you right now and see it. You may not understand why you was born into the family you was born into. You may not understand why you was born into the circumstance you was born into. But all of that is the juju pot that God created for you because he know that you needed it to get to where you got to go. All right. So even when you don't know why, even when you don't understand, even when it feel like ain't nothing moving, just know for sure that something is shaking. Know that something is shaking. Even when it feels like you are stagnant and you are stuck, you got to know for sure that something is moving on your behalf in spirit. And sometimes what's moving is your mindset. Sometimes what's moving is your heart. Sometimes what's moving is your attention. The things that used to grasp your attention don't call you no more. The people who you used to love hanging around with don't just fulfill you no more. They're not aligning with your vibe no more. Sometimes what's moving is you. Okay? Trust this process. Trust this process. You are doing the right thing. You are going the right way. And when you hear that little voice in your ear, you hear that little call in the back of your mind, in the back of your head, that spirit speaking to you. That spirit speaking to you. Your spirit guides are telling you, God is telling you, listen, I got something better out here for you. Just trust it. You may not understand why. You may not know why. You may not know why you feel the urge to move. You may not know why you feel the urge to leave that job you in right now and you ain't feeling fulfilled in it no more. You may not understand why you don't want to hang with who you used to hang with and why they don't vibe with you no more and why you may be getting on some people's nerves because they don't understand what you putting down. Okay? Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes God got to clear up your circle because people can't come to that level with you. Sometimes everything can't come to that level that you're trying to vibrate at. If you're really trying to raise your vibration, you got to understand that the vibration you are on right now, some things are just stuck at that vibration. And if you're trying to elevate, you got to leave those things behind, which could look like friends, jobs, certain family members, okay, certain lovers and spouses, okay. But at the end of the day, know that it's all with intention and it's all for reason. The moment that it feels like you don't know how, what, why, and when, that's the moment that God shows up. Okay, that's the moment that spirit shows up, ancestors show up, and they lift you up and they say, I got you. Okay, I got you. That's where that faith comes in. When you start walking in your purpose, you may not understand how, why, when. You may not know what the pathway is going to look like, but you just got to trust that your ancestors are sweeping that path in front of you. They're clearing that path. They're paving that road and making it smooth for you because it's easy. It's going to be easy for you. Okay? Just trust it. Trust it.
Whew. Just take a second to let that manifest in your life. Write it on the tablet of your heart. Come on. Put it in your mind. It's already etched in your spirit. I want to manifest something over your life right now. What is one thing that you want to call? And we have the unified energy in here. Come on, there's 106 people in here. We can call some things into your life right now.
Mm.
What is that one thing that you want to etch on the tablet of your heart? What is that one thing that you want to call into the universe? You are already here. You are that new thing under the sun. What is that thing that you want to manifest in your life? Drop it in. New job, peace. Come on, we're going to manifest all of this. Throw it in there. And then we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate. Come on, y'all. What is it for you? What is it for your family? What is it for the future generations? How would you heal the 7 generations after you and before you? Come on, y'all. My next move, peace of spirit and clarity of thought, Ashay. We're calling it into being. Self-discipline, a house. The house is already yours. The keys are already yours. It's written. Healing, awareness, a good job. Just not any old job, a good job. An opportunity, constant development and healing, abundance, spiritual healing. We all desperately need peace, discipline, healing. We're going to manifest this in your life. Confidence and luxury. It all comes with ease. Healing, 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 healing. I hear it. I hear it. I hear it. Heal first, then move. Do it a new way. I am abundant in great things. Another stream of income, acting through spirit, confidence, abundance of all great things, joy, health, wealth, and entrepreneurship, better communication, healing and discernment, home, home, a strong mindset, healing, 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 self-belonging. I wanted to manifest in your life. It's already written. You are that new thing. Trust and forgiveness, healing, 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 prosperity. Prosperity. It's already inside you. It's all around you. It's in you. Healing, confidence, healing within the family, healing within the nation, healing, unity, abundance, love, strength. Come on, y'all. You are that new thing. You are that new thing. And just like everything that comes is like a seed, is giving birth to something greater than you. Healing, ancestral trauma. Heal first, then move. Ashay, Ashay. Self-confidence, healing. There's something coming. Do it a new way. Self-motivation, that business, that family, that entrepreneurship, that ownership, next stage prosperity. These are the things that we're manifesting collectively unified. This is the thing we're striving for. We're striving for them. We're already on the way. That means we're already there. If you're on the way, you're already there. You took half the step. Get rid of procrastination. You are that new thing under the sun.
Ashay, let's go.
You are that new thing under the sun.
Let's go. Y'all better speak it. Y'all better speak
I cannot.
Woo! Come on now, mental health. Come on, a business that allows me to travel the world. Come on now, career, job, mental health. Ashay, Ashay, Ashay. Come on, y'all better speak it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Wellness. We are well. We are well. We are well, and it is easy. Holistically well, and it is easy. Anything you desire, it is easy. Ashay, Ashay. I'm abundant. I am an owner. Ashay. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Rest. Please rest. Ashay. Please rest. We are love. Ashay. Freedom from oppression. Ashay. Freedom, mind, body, spirit, emotion. Ashay. Ashay. Strong mother to a black son. Ashay. Come on now. Come on now. I am the light.
I am the light.
I am well, and it is easy. Complete restoration of everything and more than what it used to be. Ashay. More than what it used to be. Stability beyond measure. Okay, and it is easy. Rest, yes. Ashay. Success in all areas. Ashay. Ashay. Holistic wealth. Ashay. Ashay. Come on now. Said I passed by y'all's planet on my way here, and I don't know who you are. Ashay, thank you. We receive it.
We are you.
We receive it. Change within, togetherness, unity. Ashay. 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 I love y'all. I love y'all. This was it.
Come on, y'all.
This was what I didn't know I needed, but I needed.
Listen.
Okay.
Listen.
Come on, peace of mind. Come on, Lauryn Hill. Okay, if I could sing, I would sing it. I got to find peace of mind. I could sing, but I don't want to do y'all like that.
I mean, listen. You are that new thing under the sun.
Come
on. Singing may be a gift that you didn't know you had.
I think it's somewhere deep down in there, but I just think that spirit ain't brought it up yet. But one day I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna whoo, and it's gonna come out. You know? Did you hear the song?
One more time. You said you going. That's not harmonizing. Come on, y'all.
Come on, one more time.
One more time.
Come on, brother.
Come on.
Let's stop. The people starting to leave. We can't do them like that.
Sometimes that's what unity is. It's a harmony. Your note may sound different from mine. It might not sound how your notes sound, but it's still a note. It's still a part of the collective. Listen, I was watching Get On Up the other day. James Brown.
Come on, Augusta, Georgia. Shout out to all my Augusta people.
Come on. And he was going around and he was pointing to the instrument, to the cello, to the piano, to all these instruments. And he said, "What is this?" It was like, "A piano." "No, this is a drum." And it was like, "What is this?" "It's a drum." "The guitar?" "It's a drum." "It's a drum." If it sounds good, it look good, and we're doing it together, we're harmonizing, then it's good for you. Sometimes you have to bring your own little funk to the table. Bring your own rhythm to the table. Your rhythm, your note, it might be on the downbeat when everyone else saying to go on the upbeat.
You know.
But that's a new thing. You've never hit that beat like that, and that's what gives the soul, y'all. That's what the soul is. Doing it a new way.
Ashay.
Right? Healing. That's all. That's in us and all around us, y'all. Come on, y'all. This is the divinity. I hope all those things we said are all those things, because you said it, because you wrote it, is manifesting in your life right now. It's manifesting towards the divinity and the consciousness, and it's striving towards in our family, in our nation, and our race. All of it is here. We welcome you all into this space, this sacred space. Because wherever we are is the sacred space. You'll start hearing. Come on. The revolution may not be televised, but it will be on IG Live. I'm just
okay. Come on now. Listen. Come on now. It may not be televised, but it might be on IG Live.
It might be here.
I like that.
It might be
here.
That. Listen. It might be on YouTube. Come on.
I like that. Come on now.
Y'all better follow Queen Paul. It may not be televised.
Yes.
But it may take place on Zoom. It may take place in the clubhouse. Remember, when they were talking about televised, the way they televise things is not the way we televise things today.
Yes.
So it may not have been televised, but it may go down wherever you are.
Absolutely.
Come on, y'all.
Absolutely. And above everything else, it's inside of you. The revolution is inside of you. You are the revolution. You know, I just read Sister Queen said she's in her 50s. And she came into this space and she said, "This is such a blessing to be in this room. You know, much love to you and much light to you. You know, the revolution is within you. You know, it's within you. This space is a sacred space where you are the sacred space. We are sacred beings. You know, it starts within you." And then when they made that, the revolution would not be televised. You know, the Honorable Gil Scott Heron, he said, I said it because the revolution is not about what you see. It's about what you're doing. Woo! What's inside of you? How are you showing up? How are you manifesting? The revolution is not just a vibration. It's a vibration that we are a part of. You know, we vibe on that vibe. You feel me? We on that alignment, and we make up the revolution. So the revolution starts within you. If you are in this sacred space right now, you are a part of the revolution.
Come on.
You know, because something, even if you never even heard none of what we talking about. You never heard of a Shango or Oshun, a Shango or Batala. You never saw nobody pour libations. Even if you never did that. First off, libations is just not this. Anytime you pour something out for the homies in the hood,
come on,
you feel me? That's a libation. Okay, let's just be clear. But all of that is a part of the revolution, and each one teach one. So turn to your friend. You know how the church they say, turn to your neighbor. Call up a friend after this. You know, call up a family member after this. Somebody who may be discouraged. Somebody who you know got an idea of something big that they need to manifest, but they sleeping on themselves, they hating on themselves. Call up somebody and speak some life into them. You just received some energy. You just received some vibration. Now it's time to pass it and time to share it. So call up your tribe, okay? Call your tribe up and just speak some life into them. Let them. You can send a group text to your tribe and say, "Hey, it's go time." You feel me? 2021, it's go time. What's up, though? You know, I remember you talked about this. Where you at with it? You feel me? Just pass that energy, pass that vibration to them, because we in this together, family, unity. That's what brought us here. The first day of Kwanzaa, unity, is what brought us here. Umoja, Habarigani.
Umoja.
That's what brought us here, you know. So unify, call up your tribe. Don't be selfish with the vibration. We in this together. The revolution will not be televised, but it may be on IG Live. I love that, King. Woo! I love it. I love it.
Come on.
You did that. Come on. Come on. Come on. Y'all, come on. If I had some bottoms on, I would get up and dance.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? But if I had some bottoms on, I would get up and dance. I would, you know. I would. I can only give you upper body right now, you
know. Yo, if y'all not following the Queen Poe, if you're not following her on YouTube, listen, you have to follow. We'll be having these Kwanzaa series, I think, every day this week at 7 p.m. Eastern. We have my great one, Principal Ra, coming next. Principal Ra is going to talk about Kuji Chakalia and self-determination. Definitely, y'all. Do you have time for some questions? We have questions in the question bank.
I do have time for some questions. I do. Let me plug my phone in and make sure I stay charged up. You feel me? But I got time. I got time.
My phone is charging, so if you go out, we come on. Come on, we have a new follower here, right? Yo, we'll be doing this 7 p.m. Eastern on a Insightful Teacher. I do Insightful Teacher Tuesdays. This is my Kwanzaa edition, y'all. We be on IG Live. Follow me, follow sis, follow Ndugun and Zinga, my great community. We do this every year. The reason why we're in a pandemic, so I get to do this here with you, right? But since we're here, it's Ndugu, N-D-U-G-U, and Zinga, N-Z-I-N-G-A. And Dugan and Zinga. Follow my people, follow my folks. When we talk about self-mastery for community transformation, that's what we're doing right now. These principles are not just for us. They're for the community, y'all. They're for the community, right? So when they say Habarigani, and that means what's the news? You bring the good news. Because you're here, you bring the good news, y'all. The good news should come wherever you go. So if you're going to IG Live, you're going to Facebook, you're going to Clubhouse, you're going to YouTube, the good news is in you and all around you. Come on, y'all. The good news is the divine, the spirit. It's everywhere. So drop your questions in the question box, and we're going to take questions right now. Someone asked, let me take the first. I think how would you define unity, I think, and what are 3 behaviors we can engage in to demonstrate this? If you feel like we answered that, then we can go on. But if you don't,
I feel like we answered how we define unity. 3 behaviors, specific behaviors, and I feel like I know who asked that question. But specific behaviors that we can engage in to increase unity. Number 1, embracing each other, loving on each other. You know, giving your brother, your sister a hug. Even if you disagree with them, give them a hug and say, I love you, I hear you, I see you, I feel you. We got to start validating people's feelings and emotions. Another thing, the direct behavior that we can do to exemplify unity is to be giving. Feed somebody, family. Feed somebody, whether you feed them a word, you feed them some encouragement, or you feed them a meal. Feed somebody. And the third thing we can do to exemplify unity is open yourself up to receive. Some of us don't realize that we're not open to receiving. Okay, we're so used to being givers and giving and doing for others. And I'm talking to the people right now who feel drained. I'm talking to the people right now who feel like, oh, everybody around me just drains me and they just use me. I'm talking to those people right now. Okay, open yourself up to receive. Open yourself up to receive love, to receive offering, to receive people giving to you, and give honor and give thanks, okay? That's who I'm talking to right now. So those are 3 things that I feel like we can do: embrace, give, receive.
Embrace, give, receive. You heard it here first.
Oh, I love the fist. I love the fist. That made me feel like I'm sliding down the Soul Train line when you do the fist.
Ashay. Embrace, giving. You listen. The next one. I'm gonna take some folks gonna ask the question the whole time. What's your favorite way to rejuvenate? Ooh, that's good. I think that's right down your alley.
My favorite way to rejuvenate? Ooh, okay. For real. You want to know the truth.
I mean, there's the kids on the live, but you know, how they got here though? No.
You know, listen, I'm gonna keep it peace. You know, I did say give and receive. You feel me? But we're gonna keep it PG for the children, but for the adults, you know what I mean. But I honestly, I posted a video today on my Instagram of one of my favorite ways to rejuvenate, which is I like to shut my phone off. I sit in silence. I open up my blinds. I allow the sun to bathe me. I like to smudge myself down, cleanse my energy with some smoke. If you don't have sage, you can use basil. Basil is also an energy cleanser. You can use Palo Santo. You can use rosemary for protection. Burn some herbs, smudge myself down. I also like to partake in the herb. And honestly, I just sit and I meditate. I look out the window, let the sun bathe me, and I just think and I meditate and I breathe. And that's what I like to do. That's what rejuvenates me. You know, some frankincense. Other than you know, I got 2. Okay, but yes, that's my rejuvenation.
Woo! What rejuvenates you?
What rejuvenates you, King? Well, I want to know. I need to know from a brother. What rejuvenates you?
You know, this I'm gonna go both ways. This right now is rejuvenating me. You know, I started this platform 3 months ago, and I just went live every Tuesday, right? For Insightful Teacher Tuesdays. But it started to pick up. Giving the good word and the good news rejuvenates me, right? And I think for me, this is a sense of reciprocity, right? Because my gift and my giving is given back to me. You saw how many comments are coming through this? How many hearts? How many? Like, this is all rejuvenation to me, right? Also, just like finding time to rest, like intentional rest. Like, I have a hard time to rest, and you know, some good food. I mean, listen, like food like that rejuvenates me. Like, especially, you know, when I'm thinking about cooking a good, making a good, ordering a good vegan meal, because I believe, you know, folks, you know, especially over the holidays, no cooking. But some days not at all, right? But I think, you know, just talking to folks, building with folks, like this rejuvenates me. My students, my family, just building, right? For me, it's the word. The power of the word really rejuvenates me. After this, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna see what's up with the NBA games. I'm gonna see what's up. I'm gonna go YouTube, watch those things, and like all of that is a part of self-care, and just self-love, right? You know, if this will be at the Kwanzaa Choir right now, dancing and think, come on, that rejuvenates me.
Okay.
So I haven't danced like this since, like, I think because I dislocated my shoulder and I got surgery on it, right? So I haven't danced like this since like the last Kwanzaa Choir. I'm glad we're like bringing this in. So now one thing I'm gonna do is play these drums on my own time, right? And just get to going. I watched Get On Up the other day, and soul music and rap music, all music, right, rejuvenates me. So I think those are the ways it rejuvenates me. Just make my bed in the morning because I know I made it. That's rejuvenating. Yeah. Like, come on, like, it's the small things, right? Like the small disciplines rejuvenate me. Ashay. You know, so all that's rejuvenating, and just being in a space with beautiful Black people, just beautiful people, just rejuvenates me. So Those things that rejuvenate me. Drop in the comments what rejuvenates you. Ashay.
I love it.
Music, tea, and you know, some good old wine rejuvenates me. Some Cabernet.
Okay.
Come on, because you know,
some water.
Let some water, and like all these things can rejuvenate you. We don't like. There's no judgment over here, right?
Absolutely not.
God didn't know judgment, because if God knew judgment.
Listen, if you want to sniff a little coke, sniff a little coke. No, I'm joking. I'm playing.
This is not Oregon. This is not Oregon.
I'm playing. You know, pop some acid if you need to. No, I'm joking.
This is not Oregon. Someone said making and listening to music. Ashay, laughing. Ashay, water rejuvenates me. Ashay, grounding, rest. Creating my own meals by hand rejuvenated me. Come on, listen. I wish one day I can get back to the land and start planting.
Yes.
Come on, my music. Ashay, also making and drinking tea. Plants, meditation. Come on, y'all. Essential oils. Come on, you need those essential oils. Yes. Soaking in the tub. Come on, with someone or by yourself. It don't matter. Traveling. Quiet time.
Spiritual bath. I love that. Somebody said a spiritual bath with herbs and candles. A floor wash. I love it.
Come on.
A bath, music, water rejuvenates. Absolutely. Making sea moss. Yes. Come on, Sankofa House of Healing. I see you, Hafiz. Come on, making sea moss. A real good deep cry. Come on now, because that's libation too. Tears are libation. I love it. A dry sauna. Okay, I know. I got to investigate that. I never heard of that one. Watching my favorite shows. Gym. My plants. Goddess bath. I love it. I love it. Definitely music. Absolutely. Bare feet in warm dirt. I love it. Zumba. Yes. Juicing. Absolutely. Today has been everything, Ashay. It has. Rubbing my body butter while speaking love unto myself. Come on now, rub your body butter and speak that love on yourself. Okay, being in nature. Absolutely. Steam room, dancing. Cognac. Not the yak. Not the yak. Come on, swimming. A yoni steam. Yes, yoni steam. Steam them pum-pums, ladies. Seeing the smile on my son's face. That's beautiful. Smoking and good lives. All right now. Silence. I love it. Fasting. Yes. Yes. A good foot soak. Ashay. Self-love. Yes, Corey. Cheerful hollow. Absolutely. I love it. Listening to frequencies because I don't have to have a sound bath. That's beautiful. That is a sound bath. You listening to frequencies, music, spa service, wine and tea, a clean house. Absolutely. Bowl. Don't try to slide your Cash App in there, nigga. Okay, I see you. Your Cash App ain't about to get red, nigga. Reminiscing. A good salad. Random laughter. I love it. Watching Queen Po on YouTube. Ashay, thank you. Putting love into those I want to grow with. Absolutely. Okay, we could go on for days. I want to get to the next question.
Yeah, let's do that.
With bath meditation. Okay.
These are all the things and unity that help us strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race, right? So if you didn't, something might have rejuvenated you before, but now you have more tools in your tool belt because of the community. You might have not known what a sound bowl was before. You might not know what crystals, you might not know what those things are, but now, because we're in this unified community, you found some new ways to rejuvenate yourself that you may not have gotten. I'm like, yo, put your feet in warm dirt. No, come on, I gotta find that. You know what I mean? So we really, we are unified in that collective healing. Let's see what else we got here. How do we? I think you answered this. How do you get someone said, how do you get negative thoughts out totally?
Oh wow. Okay. How do we get negative thoughts out totally? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna do a very quick version of this answer. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna tell you a little trick. Okay.
Oh.
A little trick is to you got to build up your arsenal. You have to build up your spiritual toolkit. One of the things in my spiritual toolkits are I am mantras. I am, and then you end it with the energy that you would desire to attract. So I am life. I am light. I am abundance. And one of the things you got to do is anytime a negative thought tries to creep up, you got to beat it down with some I am mantras. Okay. And that's just a way to shift your mindset and shift your focus. When a negative thought pops up, your mind says, should I focus and clench onto this? Or are you going to give me another option?
Wow.
So you got to give your mind another option of something to focus on. And those I am mantras is the other option of what to focus on. So I am well. I am peace. I am abundant. I am light. I am God energy. I am divine being. All of those I am mantras is what you got, the other option that you have to give your mind. And if you keep on repeating them and chanting them to yourself, you don't have to do it out loud, but keep chanting them to yourself. It forces your mind to shift focus onto the energy you desire as opposed to that negative thought that's trying to pop up. And once you shift that focus on the energy you desire, your vibration elevates and aligns with that energy, and it reaches out and grabs it and attracts it, and you become what you say you are. So that's a way to start to eliminate some of those negative self-thoughts. Combat them with the I am mantras and give your mind something new to focus on and to manifest.
I am.
I am. Ashay.
Ashay.
I love it.
Whew. All right. Someone asked, I think, not sure if this is even relevant, but it's on my heart. How do you manage the emotions of mourning as you evolve higher?
Ooh. That's a good one. How do you manage the emotions of mourning as you evolve higher?
Wow.
I'm going to speak from personal experience on this one. So in September, I lost my grandfather. He transitioned. And that one for me, you know, my grandfather, he was an elder. He was 87. And for some people, they'll be like, oh, that's old. But see, my family, thank God, we live very long. I have his older siblings are still present with us, 98, 99, 96. So my grandfather for my family was still considered young, and he was completely healthy, not on any medication or anything. So it was a shock. And I had to go through grief and still understand grief. And this was my first time really losing someone that close to me. So I went into mourning. And what I learned from that, because it was an experience I had to learn from it, what I learned from that is there is space in spirituality for mourning. There is space in elevation for mourning and for grief. And the thing about it is, you know, what it teaches us is to honor the transition. We want to honor the people in our life, and then we honor ancestors, and we forget to honor the transition. Okay? So we got to start honoring the transition. It's about the idea of embracing death as a possibility, a probability, and a positive thing, because it's transitioning that person from who they are in the physical realm to now an ancestor. So I urge you, if you are mourning and you are desiring to elevate, honor the transition. Honor the transition. And that's a part of the elevation experience. Much love to your grandfather. I see you. Miss too much for you. Much love to your grandfather.
And just a collective energy and spirit and libations for your grandfather and for all of your folks that we lost this year by COVID or otherwise, right?
I see.
We are moving in this divine presence and this reciprocity. So honoring the other side and the power of the other side is very be intentional about that, right? We all got, we're making way, but on some day we're going to be on our way, right? And that's why we're on Ancestors in training, and one day we're going to be on the other side, y'all. So definitely honor this time, honor your folks, honor the folks we have, honor the folks who we are here. We're all unified, whether we're in this realm or the next. We're all unified, y'all. So thank y'all for your offerings. Ashay, Ashay, Ashay. Next question.
I feel like I'm watching Coming to America. Remember the wedding scene? I feel like I'm watching Coming to America.
Right.
I love it.
I love it. Is there a time frame on how long a spiritual journey should last? I know the answer, but maybe what are some, maybe I would say, what are some things, some look-fors that someone should have on their spiritual journey?
Okay, so a spiritual journey is endless. It's endless. It's forever. It's forever. The spiritual journey is forever. Some things you can look for. First off, how you know you're ready to start your spiritual journey is when you stop feeling fed, when the things that you used to do no longer serve you. The practices that may have been passed down to you no longer fulfill you, and it no longer deepens your connection with God and with ancestors, with spirit. So that's how you know you're ready to start. When you start your spiritual journey, please understand that there are phases and stages of this, okay? I urge everyone to understand that, you know, when you are at the beginning of your spiritual journey, there's a lot of information out here. Do not feel forced to stick into one thing. Don't feel like you got to join an African traditional religion. Oh, I got to convert to Ifa. I got to convert to Santeria or Candomblé or Hoodoo or Voodoo. Don't feel like that. Take your time. Study everything. Study everything. And don't just study the differences. Study the commonalities. Study the history of African spirituality and Christianity. Study the Ethiopian Orthodox Church and how Christianity started in Ethiopia, okay? And how they still practice it. Study the commonalities and differences between Islam and Christianity. Study, you know, African spirituality and Islam. Study the 5%. So many things. So the Hindus, the Sufis. Study the Sufis. It's so many things. So just study, study, study. Take your time. And love on yourself. A part of the spiritual journey is processing trauma. Okay, so there's going to be phases where you're going to start studying your trauma, and you're going to see how your trauma is showing up. I advise that you don't stay in the anger, because there's a brief period where you're going to realize people did some things and told you some things that weren't quite right. It was for their wellness and not yours. Don't sit in the anger. Don't stay in the anger. Practice forgiveness. And to forgive just simply means to release anger and resentment. It does not mean that you accept the behavior. So practice forgiveness as you process your trauma. Study everything. Love on yourself. Speak positive affirmations over yourself. Hold on to yourself and just rock sometimes, you know, because that's what you got to do. And just also know, last thing on your spiritual journey, just because you start a spiritual journey doesn't mean that you have to release everything that you once knew. It doesn't mean that you just have to throw that stuff away and leave it behind. There's room and there's space for that. You may just have to repurpose it and recycle it in your life, okay? So those are just some tips. But I got YouTube videos on all of that. YouTube.com/TheQueenPo. How to start your spiritual journey, 5 steps to start, how you know you're ready to start, and all of that for deeper detail. But that's just some little things to focus on.
If you are not following the Queen Po on YouTube, you are missing out. All this divinity cannot be captured in this live. I know this thing has been good, but listen, I know when you started YouTube, I saw it, and it was amazing. And I can go back to the first message. I was like, "Yo, I appreciate what you're doing. This is so amazing." And you told me, and I remember these words: "Hey, whatever you start, I'm going to support." And I feel supported, and that's a part of unity, right? Like you support those on their way,
yes,
while you're on your way. And you make a way for those folks coming behind you, right? So definitely follow the Queen Po on YouTube. I answered that one. Let's get that out of here. I felt, ooh. I like this one. Most folks are asking for more information, right? So what books are you reading right now, and what books are you what books are you what books would you suggest? Whether it's on Kwanzaa, whether it's on spirituality, whether it's on history, I can get into that too. So
Yes, you definitely share your book list too. Please do, because as you see behind him, you know what I'm saying. But this is the thing, family. So for me right now with the wellness community, so I have the wellness community, patreon.com/the Queen Poe, only $5 a month to join. And in the monthly newsletter, I do book recommendations and all of that. And the book that we're reading right now with the wellness community is The Greatest Secret. So everybody, I hope everybody is familiar with The Secret. If you're not familiar with The Secret, there's a documentary on Netflix, but there's also a book. The author did a follow-up. She did a whole series. And one of them is called The Greatest Secret, which is about manifesting from your spirit.
come on.
Okay? The secret that you see in the documentary is only about manifesting from the physical and with your mind. The greatest secret is about tapping into your spirit. So that's what I'm reading right now with the wellness community, patreon.com/the Queen Poe. I'm the Queen Poe on all platforms for the wellness community. But yes, that's what I'm reading right now. A book list. I just gave out a couple on Clubhouse. One of them, the Handbook of Yoruba Religious Concepts. If you're interested in studying African spirituality, specifically Yoruba spirituality or Ifa, the Handbook of Yoruba Religious Yoruba Religious Concepts. The Handbook of Yoruba Religious Concepts by Baba Ifa Karade. Okay, Baba Ifa Karade. That's a good one. Jambalaya by Louisa Tish. Jambalaya, if you're interested in understanding hoodoo and African spirituality. The Miracle of Mindfulness by Thich Nhat Hanh.
Woo!
The Miracle of Mindfulness by Thich Nhat Hanh. If you're interested in understanding mindfulness by Thich Nhat Hanh.
Woo!
The Miracle of Mindfulness by Thich Nhat Hanh. If you're interested in understanding mindfulness and meditation and how to calm those negative thoughts and negative self-talk by focusing on the present moment, the here and now. Another one, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And then the last one that I'm gonna give y'all, okay, it's so many. Okay, I'm a hold that last one. I'm not gonna do. Forgive me, to that person. But I gotta slide in the Honorable Queen Afua, the sacred woman for the ladies, and for the men, heal thyself. For the ladies, the sacred woman by Queen Afua. For men, Queen Afua, Men Heal Thyself is the name of the book, okay? So those are, I think I gave like 5 or 6 right there. Oh, and then I'm sorry, okay, one more, last one. The Message to the Black Man by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Message to the Black Man by Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Eat to Live by my Honorable Elijah Muhammad. One more time. Message to the Black Man by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Absolutely, that's it right there. Eat to Live, read 1 and 2. Okay, that's it. That's it. You give your book list, brother. You give your book list, brother. Come on now, because
I'm reading
right now. Come on now. Thank you, everybody in the comments. The Fifth Element. I haven't heard of that one. I haven't heard. Put me on, brother. Put me on. I'm ready to learn. The fifth element.
The fifth element is a continuation of the fourth element, right? And I'm not gonna tell you what the fifth element is because I want you to go get it. But the fifth element is in what we're doing right now. Right? It's all up in here, right? The fifth element, I'm more into education, but I'm gonna go from what I'm reading right now and just a historical basis of what gets my consciousness, right? What I'm reading right now is we want to do more than survive. Abolitionist teaching and the pursuit of educational freedom. So I'll be having the book club coming through, and this will be our first book, Bettina Love by Bettina Love. She's an abolitionist, right? But my history book was the Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson.
Ooh, come on now.
By Dr. John Henrik Clarke, right? The African Holocaust by Dr. John Henrik Clarke. He talked about how the Moors had control over Spain in 1482, right? And all of these things, right? Blueprint for Black Power by Amos Wilson. Brainwashed. The Souls of Black Folks by W.E.B. Du Bois.
Yes.
Voices of the South by Anna Julia Cooper, right? Most of the time when we talk about intersectionality, most people don't read The Voice of the South by Anna Julia Cooper. Visions for Black Manhood by Naheem Akbar.
Woo! Come
Woo!
on, Naeem.
Yo,
Come on.
listen, that he breaks it down so well. So well. Naheem Akbar. What else we got up here?
They're begging you to save this live, brother.
I'm
They're
gonna
begging
save
you to
it.
save this
It's gonna,
live.
it's gonna
The
save
Message to the Millennials by Risa Islam. Yes, read that one. Risa Islam
Yeah.
is the truth. The Message to the Millennials by Risa Islam. Absolutely.
You know, one of the books I really like, The Coming by Daniel Black. My God, my God. The Coming.
I haven't heard it. I got to put that in the repertoire.
The things he do, and he might come on one of these things. If you out there, Dr. Black, we need you. We need you. He's the founder of the Nation of Nduga and Zenga. The Coming by Daniel Black, and he pretty much, the enslaved Africans, he gives them names. They're treated as cargo, but they're humanized, right? Also, Perfect Peace by Daniel Black, right? And I just want to name some folks you can just look up. My mentor, Dr. Leonard Jeffries, right? Who said, if you control the images, you control the self-esteem, the self-respect, and self-development, right? He has a thing called pyramid consciousness, right? And I'm going to share it with y'all because we're family, unity. And he talks about we've been born in the 3Ds, right? The European mind frame, the upside down triangle, which is domination, destruction, and death. With the census profit. So if you think of a triangle upside down, is domination, destruction, and death. And he talks about how do we move to an African-centered consciousness. And he talks about the 3 C's: community, collective, and communal. And it's a spiritual basis. So pyramid consciousness. If you look up Dr. Leonard Jeffries, whatever he does, my mentor at the City College of New York, founded the Nation of Nduga and Zenga North. He has this book.
What's the name of the book one more time? Somebody's asking what's the name of the book one more time.
Once more, you just have to look up, I think you just got to look up Dr. Leonard Jeffries. Just look up Dr. Leonard Jeffries. Just look him up. Go watch his Harvard speech, if any speech. Because YouTube, I watch YouTube too, right? Besides the Queen Poe, look up his Harvard speech, right? And he talks about this long history and heritage, right? Dr. John Henrik Clarke. I'm going to give y'all some, The Great and Mighty Walk. Go watch that. The Brother Outsider, right? These are all things you can be watching.
The ISIS Papers, Francis Cress Welsing.
Right? They came before Columbus, right? Ivan Van Sertima. One book I really, really like, 2000 Seasons. 2000 Seasons. And he talks about how we lost our way. How we lost our way as a people. And his thesis, and you can read it, but his 2 theses said we lost our way because we didn't honor the ancestors' voices. The truth tellers, the people who were telling us about the Europeans, the folks saw it coming. They read the stars. They saw them coming to the continent. But we said they were crazy. We shoot them out. We kicked them out the village. We left them. We stopped honoring the voices of our ancestors, right? And we forgot about wisdom. And he talks about we forgot the way, right? And to get on the way is going to take our reciprocity and unity, right? That's what he talks about in 2000 Season. And I'm gonna give y'all 2 more books that I really, really love. Of Water in the Spirit by Malagomo Patrice Sommet. Soul book about ritual, magic, and initiation and the life of African shaman. Of Water in the Spirit. He also has a book called Ritual. We use this in the African rites of passage of Water in the Spirit, and we read this book. And one more book, The Healing Wisdom of Africa. The Healing Wisdom of Africa by Malagomo Sommet Patrice. And if you haven't read Malcolm X and Assata, start there.
Oh, please start there.
Just start at Malcolm X and Assata, right? Those are things that will get you right. So if you're in education, Inequality in the Promised Land by Dr. Lewis McCoy. We want to do more than survive, abolitionist teaching, all of these books. So if you're in education, but the spiritual basis, The Alchemist Read that, right? These are
The
all.
Alchemist by Paulo Coelho.
Come on,
Yes.
y'all. These are.
That was for the wellness community. That was our very first book recommendation. The first month that I started the wellness community, our very first newsletter, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Family, start there. Start there.
Yep.
If you don't read anything else in this world, read The
Yep.
Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. If you want to understand the spiritual journey, if you want to understand the power of manifestation,
Yep.
if you want to understand how to find your purpose and how to go on your spiritual journey, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. It's a must. It's like you. Do you feel the urgency? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't care if you ain't got to read nothing else that we named. And it's like 140 pages or something like that. Very short book. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. You have to, family. You have to. Please. It's a reason why this book has remained on the New York Times bestseller list for the longest running book ever. It's a reason why every celebrity, every famous person, every millionaire, billionaire tells you to read this book.
Yeah.
It's a reason why the author of The Secret said that she read that book first before she read anything else. It's the reason. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Please, please, please read that book. I urge you. Heavy. Heavy.
You know why alchemy is so important? Because I love The Alchemist. You think of you hear folks alchemy, and I know you spoke about this, but I saw it and I was like, yes, Queen, yes. Most folks think about wood, right? And they take wood and they turn it into gold. But the thing about the wood is they don't replace the wood for gold. Come on. It's not a replication. They don't replace one entity for another. Which is what alchemy calls you to do is you have to change the elements inside. The elements are the things that change. Those are the things that change, right? It's an internal change, right? And that's what we're telling you to do here today. This conversation, the energy is the thing that puts you on the journey. The alchemist, the alchemy of energy, y'all.
Absolutely.
The Umoja, the unity is if we practice that more, well, that's alchemy.
Absolutely.
Right?
And for those of you who are not familiar, the alchemy or the alchemist is the person who can transmute and change. So the alchemist is the person who can turn negative things, valueless things into something of great value. So it's not just about turning lead into gold. It's about turning negative into positive, turning trauma into healing. All of that is alchemy. All of that is transmutation. And when you walk into a room and you feel a negative energy and you turn that energy around, you are an alchemist. When it's a generational curse in your family and you do the work to break it, you are an alchemist. When there's a generational trauma of being poor and being without, and you put in that work to manifest generational wealth, you are an alchemist. Okay, so we all have the power to be an alchemist. The question is, what are you changing? What are you transmuting? You are an alchemist. Okay, what are you transmuting for yourself, for your family? Our ancestors were alchemists. They turned that hurt, that pain, and that trauma of colonization into you. Into you. You are the gold that they manifested from the lead. You are the alchemist. Okay, know that for sure. This is in your bone. This is in your blood. This is in your DNA. This is in your spirit. It was born into you. The question is, what are you changing? You are the alchemist. Know that.
Oh my God. You are the alchemist.
They brought it back. They brought it back. They brought it back. They brought it back. Ha, 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 ha. Come on. Come on, bring it back. Bring it back. Now flow. I love it. I love it. Come on. Ow. 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 I love it.
Man, this has been a fruitful conversation. I am. Queen. And I think I answered all your questions, right? Where do you start when you need a spiritual journey? What book are you reading right now? Do you have a teaching on ancestors? You have a teaching on ancestors and gods on your YouTube page, right?
Yeah, so on my YouTube is dedicated all to holistic wellness, spirituality, and all of that. If you want more information about African spirituality and ancestors, I talk about that on YouTube, but on my Patreon, I dig a little deeper and break some things down on that on my Patreon. So how to find knowledge yourself and all of that. But I do advise, because I'm never one to try to like pull people into my Patreon. My Patreon is a tribe. It's a community. It's literally hundreds of people up at this point, where the intention is to build a wellness center community. And thank God I started it February 20th, 2020. So 2020, I started the wellness community. And to date, we have hundreds of people in it. But I'm not pushing anybody to join the Patreon. I want you to go to my YouTube first. Get to know me, get to know my personality, get to know my teachings, and how I choose to teach, and start there, okay? And then if you feel led, come on over to the wellness community. But we have a beautiful group chat where we just uplift each other and we love on each other all day, every day. We share resources, recommendations. We have a book club, a book list. I'm actually going to hop off soon because one of the wellness community members just started a room in Clubhouse, and I wanted to come support, because we do that too. We support each other's businesses. We support each other's wellness. And then on top of that, I do monthly newsletters with book recommendations, herb recommendations, documentary recommendations, principle to practice, all to work, all kind of stuff. So it's on top of the classes and all that for $5 a month. But go to my YouTube first. So I want to make sure that you vibe with my tribe. Okay, so make sure you vibe with the tribe first and get to know us first, and then hop on over to patreon.com/the Queen Poe and join the wellness community if you feel led to do so.
Ashay, Ashay, Ashay. This is all the energy and the unity and the collective work, right? Shout out to Black Girls Teach, Deidre, who also, she has the empowerment circle for Black women that she always moves in. So that's a place. We are.
Shout out Black Girls Teach. Hey, Deidre.
Hey, that's the homie. Look, the world is small. The world is small. Right? I also will be doing Kwanzaa celebrations every day on IG Live at 7 p.m. Come check us out. Principal Roz, an amazing speaker. He'll be next. And we also, if you're interested in education and just one of the things, you work at the Freedom Schools, right? I'm holding a master class. So you are the asset, navigating school politics and reclaiming your power. Everyone can't have a freedom school, right?
Right.
So
that's a very unique experience.
Yeah. But part of the thing that I'm pushing us forward in unity in terms of education is that we have to create freedom wherever we are. We have to push back against those systems, right? Because some of us teach in places for 3-4 years and things of that nature, right? And we don't push by. We don't get by it. So I will be running a master class on You Are the Asset, right? So definitely click the link in the bio, sign up. Shout out to Ndugu and Nzinga, the folks of character, the nation of Ndugu and Nzinga, self-mastery for community transformation. We thank you. This is how I'd like to end. Y'all, put one thing about Umoja that resonated in your spirit, or one thing that you're going to call into the new year. What resonated in your spirit today? It might be that you are the new thing under the sun. Like, what is the thing that resonated with you today, right? And we're going to Ashay it, and then we're going to move through it. And then, hold on, doctor. Hold on. Who said that? Doctor. I wanna get that in there.
I know, I see it too. Can you answer the question that I sent? I can't see any questions. You got it? Right?
I got you. I'm gonna honor that. Why is it when you've been a Christian your whole life but are now awakened spiritual, people think it's devil worshiping? You want to quickly take that one?
Quickly, I'll take that one. It's because they are unaware, and they don't know. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. They don't even know what they are doing or what they have done. African spirituality is in Christianity. A couple of quick examples of African spirituality in Christianity. When people catch the Holy Ghost in church, they are being possessed by the Holy Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a possession, African
Mm-hmm.
spirituality. When people are speaking in tongues, that's African spirituality, and we call it ancestor talk, in different names depending on the tradition. There's so many ways. Taking in the communion, having sacrifices, the sacrifice, the blood in the body, African spirituality, all kinds of. So it's so many ways. They just don't know. They're not aware of what it is. When people pray, that's a spell. When you say a prayer, you're saying a spell. When you rebuke something, when you bind something up, that's a spell. You're rebuking. You're doing a release. Okay. So all of that is African spirituality. In the Catholic Church, they burn frankincense and myrrh. That's smudging. They do that to this day in the Catholic Church. They light the candles. All of that is African spirituality. They just don't know. So I urge you, just when they call you the devil and they say that you're doing all of it, just forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Okay, and you just got to move forward in your spiritual journey. You know what it is. And don't try to beat them in the head with the truth. Okay, don't try to beat them in the head with your knowledge. Understand them, see them. Okay, forgive them and love them anyway. Love them anyway. And through your example, okay, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, this keeps coming up. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he said, when there's a glass of dirty water, you don't have to go around telling everybody that this water is dirty, this water is dirty. You just put a clean glass of water next to it and you let them choose which one they want to drink. So you be that clean glass of water. You be the clean glass of water and you allow them to make a choice of what they want to drink. And that's that on that.
Ashay, 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 yo. And how do you pass that energy to, someone said they have a 13-year-old son or daughter, right? Like, how do you pass that energy to the youth?
The same way church was passed to us. We didn't have a choice. Think about that. We didn't have a choice with church. We just was told we had to go every Sunday. We didn't have a choice. The same way what we don't want to do was passed to us. You pass what you do want to do to your children. So you want to teach your children spirituality. You want to teach your children African history and Kwanzaa. The same way we were taught about Columbus, teach your kids about Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad and Louis Farrakhan and everybody. Teach them that. The same way you were taught to celebrate Christmas, teach them to celebrate Kwanzaa. The same way you were taught to go to church, teach them to go to the Misa and to go to different ceremonies and whatever African traditional practice. Teach them ancestor veneration. It's the same way you were taught to get on your knees and to pray. You teach them to honor their ancestors, to honor spirit. The same way we were taught. What we were taught, that's how you teach your children. Okay, train a child up in the way that they should go. So it was just as easy for your parents, it's just as easy for you. And when your kids see you do it, it's natural. When they see mommy and daddy with their ancestor altar, it's just regular. I'm speaking as a child who grew up in a house with an ancestor altar. Once again, my foundation is hoodoo. I grew up in a house with the ancestor altar. I didn't know nothing else. I didn't know nothing else. I didn't even know that wasn't normal until I moved to the South. Shout out to Augusta, Georgia. Okay. And my friend came in the house and was like, girl, what the hell is this? And I had to explain it. And she was like, it was just normal to me. So you just normalize these things to your children by being that clean glass of water. Be the example. And they won't know anything else. They're going to be shocked when they go out to the world and see other people that don't understand Kwanzaa and don't understand ancestor veneration and don't understand why we got to put salt and pennies in our corners to protect us and all that stuff. They don't understand. It just normalizes it. And that's how you teach your children.
My God, my mind is blown. All right, y'all. It's about that time. We're gonna have to close up. The benediction has been given. Once again, I know a lot of you had questions, but the Queen Poe is on all platforms. She's everywhere. So, can you just your clubhouse? Because I know you're gonna go there next. Y'all can go and go and support the wellness community. What's your clubhouse?
So I am the Queen Poe on all platforms. On all platforms, I'm the Queen Poe. Please, family, there's a lot of people there. I'm not going to say like, there's some people out here who are imitating me. I am the Queen Poe. No extra shit. Spelled regular on all platforms. The Queen Poe on Clubhouse, the Queen Poe on YouTube, the Queen Poe on Instagram and all that, the Patreon, the Queen Poe. I am that on everything. Okay, so any platform you go to, type in the Queen Poe, TikTok, everywhere. You see me pop up. Okay, and that's what it is. All right. For Clubhouse, Prince Onyx just started a room in Clubhouse, so that's Wellness Community Family. That's who we going to support after this. Prince Onyx just started a room in Clubhouse, but I'm the Queen Poe in Clubhouse as well.
And then you can just go, if you follow her on Clubhouse, you can just click to the side and see which room she in and just go in there, right? And just go in there. We're going to slide over there to Clubhouse. Remember, today is the first kickoff to Kwanzaa. We'll be doing this every day, y'all, 7 p.m. Eastern. I hope y'all come back to an Insightful Teacher Kwanzaa series, right? Habarigani. Umoja, to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. Umoja, right? And light a candle. You don't have to wait to Kwanzaa to light a candle. You don't have to wait to Kwanzaa to burn some sage, beat some drums, right? Go forward. This is your legacy that you're leaving here. You know, we're our ancestors in training. So I'm about to let you go, Queen. Is there anything last word before we leave with these drums?
I just want to say thank you, family. Thank you for every soul, every spirit that partook in this sacred room. King, thank you so much for being such an amazing example of a Black man. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you even realize how powerful whom you are and how you manifest is. But your energy is needed, and I just want you to know it is appreciated and it is valued. Thank you for being such an amazing example of a Black man. I appreciate you and I honor you and I give thanks for you. Thank you for creating this sacred space and family, the wellness community, everyone who watched this and touched this. I pray that you receive something and you put it into action. Faith, unity, love yourself, speak light into yourself. Ashay, Ashay, Amen, Amen.
Amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Ashay, peace, family.
She is a Queen Poe.